Your home for local sports is Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Welcome to Sports Radio 1350's High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution.
Markey to Saxton, cutting through the lane, hits the layup, beautifully run play.
High school basketball plays here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports, bringing you the best of the York Adams League all season.
Shiflett a deep three, it is good! Trey Shiflett with the tray at the buzzer.
Now, let's head out to the action with a call of tonight's game. Here's Ron Rubin.
Good evening and welcome to the 2016 York Adams League Girls Basketball Championship. Live from the Grumbacher Center at York College, it is the Red Lion Lions 21-2 and the Central York Panthers 22-2. This is Ron Rubin along with my partner Andy Bria. Andy, probably if we had to sit here first week of December or the first week of January and said, all right, who do you really think is going to be there? We probably would have said Red Lion and Central.
I think we could have come to that conclusion, yeah. And that's what you want. And you want the two best teams playing each other for the league title. And all year long, these two teams have proved that they're the best we've got in this league right now. So, you know, it's fitting that we're here and they're going to be out there giving us a game.
Yep, they played twice this season. Red Lion defeated Central in Red Lion on December 18th, 46-37. And then on February 2nd, the game we did a couple of weeks ago, Central won on their floor 43-36. So it's the rubber match on a neutral court.
Absolutely, and you know that's what it's all about.
Yep. Well, this is the high school basketball game of the week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine and the Vito's Pizza pre-game show. Hey, don't forget, when we're done tonight, it's Hershey Bears hockey, then a full day of local sports for you tomorrow. Wayne McCullough, as always, get your sports weekend started at 9 o'clock with Central PA Game Day. Darrell Henry's got a doubleheader. York College and Christopher Newport. In Newport, important game for both the men and women's teams, 12:45 tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, we're back here at the Grumbacher Center, 7 o'clock. Spring Grove and Central for all the marbles for the guys. We're going to take a break. We come back. Andy talks with the coaches. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4-SHIPLEY. Don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
Here's something everyone needs to think about. Who helps prepare your taxes? Is it the same person who gives you investment advice? It probably should be. It should be someone who knows how to get the best return on both. Someone like Jeff Zunick with Zunick Advisory Services.
Hi, I'm Jeff Zunick, a longtime York County resident with over 25 years in the financial services field. A lot of folks come to me for the first time simply because their taxes get a little too complicated. They've often been doing it themselves or turning to one of those brand name services. I start by helping with their taxes, of course, but then as we look at their savings, I'm able to help even more. After all, how you invest your savings directly impacts the amount of taxes you pay. And who doesn't want to save more while paying less? Maybe I can help you. Call me, Jeff Zunick, right here in York at 764-8992.
Zunick Advisory Services, because your tax advisor should also be your investment advisor. Call Jeff at 764-8992.
When it comes to better vision, one name comes to mind. Weaver Eye Associates.
Here's what patients are saying about Weaver Eye Associates.
They're modern, updated. They have something for everybody. Very impressive. Very impressive. The technology is amazing.
I have the vision I have today, thanks to Dr. Weaver. They made my first time wearing glasses a very comfortable experience.
Great selection They treat you really well.
I like that they're very nice.
My family doctor retired, and I was looking for a family atmosphere. And when I came to Weaver, that's what I found. Weaver Eye Associates. Weaver Eye Associates.
Weaver Eye Associates.
Weaver Eye Associates in East York, West York, and Dallastown.
Our focus is on you. Weaver Eye Associates.
Visit us on the web at weavereye.com.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to our pregame show. We're at the Grombacher Center at York College for the girls' county championship game between the Central York Panthers and the Red Lion Lady Lions. With me now is the coach of the Lions, Don Dimoff. Coach, congratulations. It seems, I just looked at the sheet that gave all these past winners, I think in the last 20 years. Red Lion's the name is shown the most.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. I wish there was we've had our share of wins. There's quite a few losses too, unfortunately, but it is nice to get back. It's nice to get back with this group. So we're looking forward to going out and playing tonight.
Talk a little bit about, just right now, just the group in general, how special they are.
Well, we talked last week, Andy. You've got a group here of kids that literally I've been around since second and third grade. So that makes it special. The fact that I've been around them for so long. I'm sure sometimes they wish it wasn't the case, but it does make it. It's a nice situation, and the kids work hard for me. We know each other well. They know what to expect from me, and vice versa. So it's a good situation.
All right, before we talk about Central, I'm going to put you on the spot now. It's got to be real special, though, if you can get out of here tonight with the championship in your daughter's senior year. Talk about that.
Well, obviously that would be kind of neat. We're not trying to, I'm not trying to think about it a whole lot. We just want to win for the entire team. But obviously if that would come to fruition, that would be pretty neat.
Anybody that knows Don Dimoff knows that you're not looking at that first. It's a team thing first. So that's a given. All right. Let's talk about Central. You're 1-1 against them this year. I thought you played, and you just said this, I thought these guys played poorly in the first half at their place. Talk a little bit about the challenge now. You're going to play them 3 times in a row, and now real quick, it's February 5th, and here we are on the 12th, 7 days later, and you got to go again.
Yeah, I think the first game we were out, we were pretty focused. We knew what we wanted to do and went out and did it. I think the second game they definitely were more intense and more focused and physical than we were. So obviously we're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen tonight. Both teams know each other well. We know the personnel well. With one day to prepare, I don't know how much you can really surprise anybody. So I think it should be a good, solid game. Hopefully we can go out and play well and have a chance to win in the fourth quarter.
Give me a couple of the Dimoff keys. Your kids got to do well to cut down them nets.
Well, hustle plays. We talked today. We got to try to make the 50-50 balls about 95-5 because they work so hard. Try to control the paint, both on their cuts through the paint out of their motion and also on drives. Those two things are going to be important.
Good luck to you, Don.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of our pregame show right after this on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game no matter where you are with the free GameTime PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and, of course, GameTimePA.com.
Stony Brook Family Restaurant, located at 3560 East Market Street in York, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Completely remodeled, Stony Brook is the home of good food and hospitality at reasonable prices. Proudly serving the York area for over 30 years, Stony Brook is family-owned and now also serves beer and wine. For home cooking, homemade soup, steaks, seafood, our famous roasted chicken, or just about anything, visit Stony Brook Family Restaurant, 3560 East Market Street in York.
It's a family tradition. Their family name, Romberger's Appliance in South York, is York's hometown appliance store for more than 50 years. You get it all with top brand names like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, plus huge selections, great values, and unmatchable service after the sale. That's why Romberger's was voted the #1 family-owned appliance store by the people of York County. Associated with the largest buying group nationwide gives them the purchasing power to pass the savings on to you. Their professional sales staff will only sell you what you need and at the best prices too. With the best service and delivery, low prices, and a huge selection, it's a family tradition. Remember, if Romberger sells it, Romberger services it. Always above the rest in customer service. 190 Reynolds Mill Road, Leader Heights area of York. So before you buy anywhere else, shop Romberger's Appliances first. Your one-stop, low-overhead store where big savings are to be had every time. Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for the way it's made.
Golfers appreciate great conditions, and that's what they say about Briarwood in York.
The sand traps are nice, the tees are nice. Tee boxes are nice. It's nice to have a nice flat place to hit from.
The sand traps are great. The greens have always been good. It's just well-conditioned course.
Yeah, the greens are really nice there.
They have nice tee boxes, and they have separate tee boxes for the ladies.
Well, they made tee boxes wonderful.
At Briarwood, you have the choice of 2 outstanding 18-hole courses.
East course a little longer, a little harder, but still nice. The west course, a nice walk, a little shorter, and a little bit more target golf. It's very enjoyable.
At Briarwood, course maintenance is key.
I think they've been well maintained. I don't have any problems when I come here. They're really in great shape.
Reasonable rates, fantastic staff, and the love of the greatest game. That's Briarwood.
I like the pricing. That's why I keep coming back.
You can't beat the customer service here. Everybody's nice and friendly, and they'll go out of their way to help you.
It's relaxing, it's fun, and it's a day outside.
Briarwood East and West, great golf every day, just west of York on Route 30. Golf today.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
Welcome back to the pregame show. With me now is the coach of the Central York Panthers, Scott Wisner. Coach, as I told Don, congratulations on getting here with your kids.
Thank you very much. Obviously, we feel really good with the way our season's progressed up to this point. Great to be here in this atmosphere and had to achieve this level. Obviously, it's icing on the cake, but we're here, so we want to go after it and hopefully come out on our side.
Talk a little bit about, you're bringing, both teams have never been in this situation in the last 4 years. So from Courtney Dimoff being a freshman on, Redline's never been here. Your kids have never been here. Talk to me about, as a coach, how you get your kids to settle down to come out here on the floor in the first couple of minutes and play basketball.
Well, we're just going to try to build on what we've done getting to this point over the last week and a half. We feel like we've been kind of running through some very difficult games. On the road at Cedar Cliff was a tight game. Obviously, our last game at home with Redline, then 2 playoff games to get here. So hopefully just building up to this will help them to adjust a little bit, but obviously it is a new situation, so we're just going to have to work out the nerves, and obviously if the situation warrants it, call a timeout, get them settled a little bit, and go from there.
Emma Saxon, in a game that I did February 5th with you guys at your place, did a great job on Courtney Dimoff, okay? She's a special player, Dimoff. But so Saxton, talk a little bit about her.
As I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, she can absolutely do it all. She can play offensively inside and out. Defensively, she can guard anybody. She's got all the intangibles. She's intense defensively. We feel we can really put her on anybody, and she's going to have a bit of a good time shutting people down. So she relishes the task, and we're going to hopefully see her do it again tonight.
Couple of keys your kids got to do well for them to be cutting down these nets when this game's over.
Obviously, number one is handling the pressure from Redline. You know, they're going to come after you in the full court, so we need to handle that and not give them turnovers that lead to easy baskets. And then offensively, I just think we have to run our stuff, and we really have to execute. Obviously, they can take you out of that, but we've been pretty good so far up to this point, so we just have to recognize what they're bringing at us and execute on our end of the floor.
Thank you, Scott, and good luck to you and your kids.
Thank you very much, Andy.
We'll be right back with more of our pregame show right after this on Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
When you need a haircut, where do you go? If you need a hair replacement, who's the expert? When barbers need a haircut, where do they go? The answer is Iacanos, of course, the most interesting barbers in York. Don't normally get a shave? Go to Iacanos, they'll take care of you. Need a facial? That's right, Iacanos is the place to get it done. Iacanos, the most interesting barbers in York. They do it all. For an appointment, call 854-8258. That's 854-8258.
Family, shall we give thanks? Yes, we shall.
We have the tasty 58.
Let's give thanks for the powdered jellyfish.
They'll open your eyes in the morning.
For the French cruller. For the vanilla icing.
Or tuck you in at night with a smile.
For the glazed donut. For the chocolate devil's food. For the old-fashioned.
No matter what time of the night or day.
For the apple filled. For the rainbow sprinkles.
The factory room or office.
Oh, and thanks for the baker's dozen.
You'll hear people say.
Let's not forget the cream filled.
Maple donuts taste right.
And that always fresh Maple Donuts coffee.
Anytime, day or night, or appetite delight.
And as always, Charlie Donut, thank you for that Mojo chocolate peanut covered donut I call heaven.
Maple donuts taste right.
True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and Loganville knows the value of setting the mood. Of course, we're talking about paint color.
Feeling distinguished?
Tans, blush, and earth tones make the mood.
Or dramatic?
Plums and indigos are your colors to look for. Hey, energetic? Try some oranges, yellows, and reds. No matter what mood you're trying to create, our paint professionals can help you find just the right combinations and types of paint to use. Behind every project is a True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and Loganville.
With 2016 now here, York Mitsubishi has a question for you. What comes standard with 7-passenger seating, 4-wheel drive, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty? The answer is the 2016 Outlander for just $22,995. We also have over 35 Outlander Sports available starting at just $16,495. Or get 0% financing for 72 months. So stop by York Mitsubishi and see what we can do for you. You're just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York.
The home for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to the Grumbacher Center at York College. Ron Ruman and Andy Bria with you as we are getting set here on the Vito's Pizza pregame show for the girls 2016 York Adams League Basketball Championship Central and Red Lion. And this is normally our look around the league segment brought to you by YAIAA. But I'll just take a moment and mention the boys championship tomorrow night. I think much like the girls, Andy, it's the two best teams in the league all year. Central and Spring Grove, 4 losses between them. Central won both their games by the identical scores of 53-50. So I think much like the girls, I have to say I think the two best teams will be here tomorrow night.
And I'm not going to be able to make that night. It's a shame because of the snow kind of screwed me up.
Right.
But, you know, both teams have superstars. Both teams play as a unit. That's something you can't say about everybody, and they do it so well. And both of those teams are very unselfish, and it's nice to see that.
Yeah.
You know, anymore, everybody's worried about, can I get film to send to the college coaches? What are my stats looking like? Both of those units don't seem to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They share the ball. Like the other night, if somebody said to me in last night's game with Northeastern, it wasn't the guy you thought would hit the shot.
No.
But he made the pass.
Yeah, right.
From what I understand.
Well, Gordon. It was Darren Gordon made the pass to Grant Wireman.
Grant Wireman.
Right, yep.
So
absolutely.
Eli Brooks wasn't even mentioned in that.
No, right.
That made the
That's
shot
right.
that won that game.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a great guys game.
It should be. So we hope you join us tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock for the 7:30 tip. Again, real quick, after we're done tonight, Hershey Bears hockey tomorrow morning at 9. Central PA game day with the coach, Wayne McCullough, 9 to 11. 12:45, Darrell Henry right here in this seat for a doubleheader, an important one for the York College Spartans, men's and women's teams, Christopher Newport. And then tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we're on the air, and the Hershey Bears will follow us again. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups, courtesy of your neighborhood family markets. You are listening to Championship Basketball on Sports. Oh, by the way, I should mention, in your seat tomorrow night will be a young man named Troy Sowers. So I told him he's got some big shoes to fill. He's a little nervous.
Wow.
But, he's a little nervous.
You're bringing the heavyweights out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you what, I might have to stay in this chair. I don't know. Well, I could be replaced in a heartbeat.
I don't think so. Anyway, as I was going to say, you are listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK and GameTimePA.com.
Excuse me, I've never shopped here before. Which way to the deli come?
Never shopped at Jerry's Great Value? I love this place. I'm practically Jerry's best friend. Selfie smile. Perfect. Thank you.
Do I know you?
Maybe you know my wonderful World of Jerry's Facebook page?
No, I'll find a deli myself.
Here's a selfie of me and Jerry at the deli. That's me holding Jerry's out of this world chicken salad.
I don't see it, Jerry. You're alone.
Here's me trying to decide on one of Jerry's ready-to-go home-style prepared meals. See there? Lasagna, barbecue.
But no Jerry.
Well, Jerry's a busy guy. He smokes his own meats. In fact, here's one of me inside Jerry's smokehouse.
That's Jerry coming up behind you?
No, that's security. Turns out nobody's supposed to go inside Jerry's smokehouse.
He looks angry.
Those guys don't fool around.
Is that a selfie of you and Jerry at the
checkout?
Yep, with my Jerry's Rewards card.
Oh, Jerry's Rewards. The points never expire, right? That's why I decided to shop Jerry's Great Value.
What are you, Jerry's best friend now?
Well, no.
Man, trying to help a guy find the deli and bam, he won't.
I should have found the customer service desk first.
Customer service? I got a selfie of me and Jerry at customer service.
Oh, boy.
Everybody's happy at Jerry's. That's right.
Be sure to eat your vegetables.
Grandmothers are always full of advice, aren't they? Some of it you expect.
Be sure to eat a good breakfast.
Some of it you don't.
Be sure to call a cab if you've had too much of Grandpa's Happy Juice.
Mostly, Grandma offers wisdom you can count on.
Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford.
Bayshore and Kohler Ford in Manchester, where you can
be sure you're getting one heck of a good deal, like the one the fellas gave me on my new Ford F-150 pickup.
Want to be sure you're getting a great deal on a new Ford? Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford. Stop by right now and check them out. Ford Fusion, Escape, Taurus, Flex, and more, including America's #1 selling truck, the Ford F-150. More savings, more selection, and more generous trade-in values, all topped off with award-winning service.
Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford.
Just about 3.5 miles from those other guys and 15 minutes from Ennis, but a long way from all that hassle.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to the Grumbacher Center at York College. Ron Room and Andy Bria here. Girls 2016 York Adams League Championship tonight. Our game of the week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, and time now to take a look at those starting lineups courtesy of your neighborhood family markets. First we have the Panthers of Central York and Scott Wisner's ladies 22-2 on the year.
All right, a 5'9" sophomore guard, that's Nixon Valencia. 5'9" junior guard, Emma Saxton. She's the do everything for him. The 5'3" senior guard, the glue, Lydia Schellenberger. At 5'7", a senior guard, Madison Williams. And a 5'7" sophomore, they're calling her a forward, Sarah Sepik, but I think she lives outside with them 36 threes.
All right, and the Panthers average 55 a game, give up 38 per contest. And for the Lady Lions of Red Lion, Coach Don Dimoff, 21-2.
Oh, at 5'10" senior guard, she's their duo, Courtney Dimoff, 53 threes and a 14.5 per game average. 5'9" junior guard, Natalie Rebus, 6'5" a game. 5'6" junior guard, Amy Majewski. I can't believe I'm saying a guard and Majewski in the same sentence. 9 points a game. A 6' senior center, that's Cammie Harvey. 4 points a game. I believe she averages more blocks a game than she does points. And at 5'6", a senior guard, Taylor Funk, at 4.3 a game.
Lions are defensive-minded. They score 49 a game, give up 34 a game. We'll get your thoughts in just a moment, Andy, your keys. But one thing I wanted to, you mentioned Lydia Schellenberger, the glue on this team, the point guard. And I saw, Natalie Rebus kind of become that at 5'9" for Redline. She brings the ball up. I think point guard is key often in games, but I think Central's a better team when Schellenberger's out there, and she got in foul trouble against DeLone in that semifinal. Fouled out.
She did. She did at the semifinal. She also did on February 5th, if you remember. She picked up 4. She sent most of that fourth quarter, okay? I don't know. I think you're right. Reba and Majewski, I think, handle the ball out front for Dimoff as good as anybody in the league. As they go, so does them. But she on this side, they are much better when the little one's on the floor, Schellenberger.
Yeah. All right, we'll see about that, and we'll get Andy's keys to the game. We'll have the opening, the starting lineups announced here to the crowd, and our national anthem, followed by the WellSpan opening tip-off, and of course our first half brought to you by Maple Donuts. It's the girls 2006.
Weaver Eye Associates. Weaver Eye Associates.
Weaver Eye Associates.
Weaver Eye Associates, your favorite neighborhood stores. Use your gold card and stop in now at Nell's Fresh Food Markets in Spry, East Berlin, and Carlisle. Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, and Whiteford. And Wetzel's Market in Glenrock. Your full court headquarters and always the freshest meats and produce.
Live local sports is on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
And we're back at the Grumbacher Center at York College. Ron Ruman and Andy Bria here with you. Leif Johnson's on the video for Game Time. Jim Harden producing at the station. And time now for our keys to the game. Andy, you've heard from both of the coaches. What do you see as what's going to determine the outcome tonight?
Well, the first thing I look at when we play here is the big floor, okay? And I've been going back and forth as to who it's going to give a little more to, and I believe I figured out if I had to bet on it, I'd say it gives a little advantage to Central. Gives them more room to break red lines press.
Okay.
If you can break red lines press, that's the first key to trying to be successful against a Don Dimoff coach team. You got to break that pressure. You know what I mean about breaking the pressure is not just in the backcourt to get it across the timeline. Everybody thinks that's once you get across the timeline, you've officially broke the press. No, you need to break it 3 passes into your half-court set.
Okay.
You have to be able to calm down and get in your set, and there's where they get their steals.
Yeah.
The second pass in the front court. So that's the first key. All right. I think advantage goes to Central there. Physicality, advantage, red line, okay? Don Dimoff's team has been notoriously slow starters all year.
Yeah,
We were surprised at a couple of halftime scores,
they were
and even
losing,
second quarters they were losing.
Yeah.
They've got to have success, I think, early. They got to make this a puncher's duel. They can't, I don't think, get down 8, 9, 10 points. They're not. He doesn't have that kind of team this year. Even though his daughter can fill it up with the best of them.
Right.
I think he's got to stay in touch early. I think he does that by calming his kids down, running his stuff, and I believe you're going to see his daughter early on the low block.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll
that's what I think.
Down low. All right. Hey, a little history. We talked Red Lions' last championship for the girls was 2012 for Central. The girls from Central have not won the league championship in the tournament since 1999.
Wow.
So it's been a while. So this would be somewhat historic for them, and Red Lion had won 5 in a row from 2002 to 2006.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I know.
I needed to hear that.
And again in 2010, but you mentioned Don Dimoff as well as back in 97 and 90. So he's won a bunch of them, but for Central they haven't, and so that's will be something they'd love to do. The boys from Central broke the 40-year dry spell 2 years ago when they won it. And by the way, tomorrow night, Spring Grove, they win it. It'll be their first tournament championship since 1971.
Wow.
Even we were young then. Have to bring out our bell bottoms and our tie-dyed T-shirts.
Yeah, I was getting ready to have my first drink at 21.
I was just getting ready to shave, I think, about that time. So anyway, it's, and special. I mean, we were talking about that. You and I were debating a little bit about the fact that, it being in this setting and the Red Lions been here, and my point was, but none of these Red Line players have been here. They haven't won it for 4 years. So even though the program has, these particular players really haven't. So.
Yeah, and those first couple of minutes in this situation, you set goals at the beginning of the season. This is like maybe the first or the third goal. This is the smallest medal.
Yeah.
After 3, this is the smallest medal.
Right.
Okay. But that being said, it's the team in the first. You can't win it early, but you can lose it early. Okay. You dig yourself a hole so deep that you can't get out of, then you're in trouble. I don't know. These kids have been, this Red Line bunch has been around. Kids have been successful. Maybe that gives them a little advantage going in. But you're right. The team that can slow down and make the game seem slow to them and cut all this noise out, that's the team that's going to be successful early, and I think maybe that's the team that can win it. We'll see.
All right, the Central Panthers starters have been introduced. They are the visitors tonight. They'll be in the black uniforms and with the orange trim and orange numbers. Red Lion in the white uniforms with the gold and black numbers and lettering. They are being introduced right now. And we'll have our national anthem from a young lady named...
Brianna Richard, a middle schooler from Central. The other thing is, the Central girls, I think Saxon on Courtney Dimoff is going to be a just fun to watch. She shut, basically, for as much as you can shut her down, basically shut down Courtney Dimoff in that game we did on February 5th. And I'll tell you what, that's saying something.
That's saying a lot. That is saying a whole lot. So, all right, we are ready to roll. The WellSpan opening tip and the Maple Donuts first half coming your way in just a moment. First, we're going to have our national anthem from Brianna Richard, and our officials tonight, Scott Detterer, Scott Lukenbaugh, and Trent May. Those are 3 important people in this basketball game as well. Right now, our national anthem.
And join in showing respect as Miss Brenna Richard, a 12-year-old 7th grader from Central York Middle School, Lake City, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the
All right, Brenna Richard and our national anthem, and we are ready to roll. Red Lion and Central York for the girls' 2016 York Adams League Basketball Championship. Ron Room and Andy Bria here. Glad you're with us, folks. It's a cold night, so settle back and listen, watch if you're with Game Time, and enjoy the game. Yeah.
See if we see that number 25 in white on a low block. That's Courtney Dimoff. Early. That would be my scheme if it was me.
On the York College floor, so the Spartan logo there spreading out over the good part of the central part of this court. So college court, a little bigger than most of the basketball courts these young ladies play on throughout the season. And Courtney Dimoff will jump it against Emma Saxton. Red Lion will go left to right here in the first half. And we are ready to roll. The toss is up. The Wellspan opening tip. Dimoff bats it back to Natalie Reba, and will set up man-to-man defense. Sarah Sepik comes out to meet her. Right side now to Mashieski. And Dimoff's out front right now, but Saxton is on her. And get it to Funk between the circles. With Schellenberger on her. Now off to Cammie Harvey way out front. And Mashieski, now they go to Funk on the low post. She's doubled and dribbles out and has to go back to Harvey.
And Harvey won't shoot that ball from the arc.
Harvey with it beyond the top of the key now. And we've got Reba with it now, top of the key. Harvey again, left side to Funk. And we've got 2 3-point lines here. The girls will have to be careful of that because the college line's a little bit further back than the high school line. So that's something they'll have to be aware of tonight and not think they have to take that extra 6 or 8 inches. Dribbling is Mashieski in the paint.
Wow.
She's tied up. Boy, almost traveled there and gets it off to Funk.
Could have been a foul, too.
Yeah. Funk gets it off to Harvey. Dimoff has yet to touch the ball.
Well, that's because Saxton's just face guarding her everywhere she goes.
Harvey out front. Red Lions held it for a minute now. I haven't even looked at the basket. Top of the key is Dimoff. Drives down the right side. Try to feed it inside to Harvey. Ball's on the floor.
They're
going to foul. And
Sepik, I think.
All right. He could be here. It could be Schellenberger. We'll see.
I think the angle he had, he's going to get 2-2, or maybe he's going to get 2-4.
Well, you got it right. 22. All right. So Sarah Sepik, her first, the team's first, and 6:54 left in the first quarter. Red Lion inbounds it under their hoop, go deep to Harvey at the high post. She drives down the left side against Valenchik. Turnaround, little turnaround jump shot there by Cammie Harvey. It's good, and the Lions lead it 2-0.
Wow, if she can get that shot off all night, that could be tough inside.
Yeah. Central's back now against the Red Lion, dare I say, a zone?
No, they're playing man.
Okay, man-to-man. Out front is Saxton, spins into the lane, puts up a little 12-footer, a little bit strong offensive rebound by Valenchik. She gets it out to Williams. Her shot won't go, and a long rebound is pulled in by Taylor Funk.
I don't know how Emma Saxton gets her body in the middle of the lane down there by that circle for the college guys.
Yeah. Well, she has a way.
Yes, she does. She just is that good.
2-0 Red Lion, 2 minutes into the first quarter. They go to Harvey on the low post. She backs in against Valenchik again, gets it across to Funk, pulls up from just inside the free throw line off the back of the rim, no. And out of there where they come Sepik. Harvey had some inside position, but
you got people. See, this is where I think Central should push the ball.
They do get it up to Valenchik now. They got a low post to Saxton working inside. The ball's on the floor, though, and we're going to have a held ball, and on the alternate possession, it's going to stay with Central.
Wow, it's got to be a little physical out there right now.
Yep. They got it to Saxton on the low post, but a little bit late. Schellenberger will inbound it under the Panther hoop. 2-0 Red Line. They get it deep to Valenchik. Saxton cutting through the lane. Oh, she stopped, and Valenchik thought she was going to keep cutting through the basketball there, and nobody was there to catch it.
And that's the first time they've actually looked for the cutter, and the cutter didn't finish.
Taylor Funk will bring it up for Red Lion now. Still 2-0 Lions. 5:40 left in the first quarter. Natalie Reba with it now, goes to Funk, left side of Mashieski, all out beyond the 3-point line. And Dimoff around a screen, top of the key, but Saxton fights through it. And Mashieski around a screen, drives in the paint. Little runner from 6 feet is good. Amy Mashieski, and the Lions lead it 4-0.
And that's exactly the way Dimoff from Red Line wanted to start. That was a nice little curl by Mashieski there to get in the center of the lane.
Valenchik at the left side at the 3-point line, free throw line extended now out to Williams, right side to Saxton, looking it over. Reba on her out to Valenchik, 16-foot jumper is good.
She's got that shot.
Yeah, Nixon Valenchik with a nice little jump shot, and it is 4-2, 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Right now, the key to the game is how Saxton is able to play Dimoff in the half court.
Reba has it out front now. She is guarded by Sarah Sepik. and they go to Harvey, cutting down the lane. A steal by Lydia Schellenberger, who anticipated well and helped out. They get it into the front court. Saxton back to Schellenberger, right side now to Sepik. There's Valencic wide open at the free throw line, drives down against Harvey and takes it to the hoop and hits it. Nice drive by Nixon Valencic, and we are tied at 4.
And she went up against Harvey that time, and Harvey took a swat at her.
Yeah. Cami Harvey had 6 block shots against Alone the other night.
And like I said, she averages more blocks than shots.
4 apiece here, 4:15 left in the first quarter. Mashieski back out to Taylor Funk. Now in the far corner, Natalie Reba, low post. There's Dimoff, nice post move, but hit the bottom of the basket. Good defense that time by Saxton. Rebound Valencic.
It's unbelievable how she can play that kid there and also out at the three-point line.
Yep. Schellenberger back for Central now. Oh, and again, miscommunication. She bounced it to Madison Williams, but Madison wasn't there, went the other way, so it's going to be Red Lion ball. 3:56 left in the first, and we are tied at 4. Girls 2016 League Championship.
And that's the kind of stuff that you get in a championship game. That's nerves. Those two last couple of turnovers are all nerves right there.
Now Courtney Dimoff has the ball. She will set it up. Natalie Reba goes into the corner. Dimoff round a screen by Funk in the corner to Mashieski. She sets a screen for Mashieski's as Dimoff. They dribble it out to Funk, back to Mashieski, and now we've got Saxton back on Dimoff. And Harvey about 26 feet out away from the hoop, and then Natalie Reba beyond the three-point line gets a screen, skips it over to Mashieski, but too high, and out of bounds that goes, and the Panthers have it.
Again, we still got the jitters. We're only a couple of weeks. Well, we're halfway through.
Yep. Nice crowd on hand tonight, not capacity, but I guess we're in the range of 75% or so. It filled up pretty well there toward the end, 75 to 80% full, and I believe the Drumbacher Center will seat 1,700 or 1,800. So out front is Sepik with it. Right side is Schellenberger at the free throw line extended. Gets it to Saxton in the far corner.
Oh, she can take Funks down there if she wants her, I believe.
Yeah, passes it back out, though, and gets it to Williams. And palming is called on Madison Williams. Wow, just dribbling it out there with nobody on her. You don't see that call very often.
We saw one a couple of games ago.
That one, though, the person was making the move to the hoop. This time she was just not really, just going laterally, so they usually kind of let them look the other way on that.
Well, there's Reba like you like.
Yeah, out front is Harvey now at the high post.
See, I don't believe,
Yeah, she dribbles it twice, gives it a Dimoff, deep three for Courtney, off the back of the rim, no, long rebound to Saxton.
She's going to push it.
Emma comes down, she's got 1-on-2, and around Harvey, left it short, and Harvey made her change that shot, and she was traveling, and she was tied up by Saxton, and she went to the deck, and the official said it.
That's a good call. She had all ball. Saxton had one hand on the ball.
Madison Williams to the bench, and Tiara Preston's checked in now. This is a 5'11 sophomore. We want to see her work against Harvey tonight.
Right. This kid had a big game, only 6 points.
Oh, nice inbound to Valencic. Missed the layup, rolled all the way around and came out.
You're going to get a foul on Schellenberger.
Yeah, Natalie Reba got the rebound. Boy, that was a nice inbounds pass. They just couldn't. It rolled all the way around the rim and came off, so that's Schellenberger's first, Central's second.
Schellenberger was in foul trouble the last time these two teams played. And just that type of situation where she had to reach around somebody.
Yep. When your point guard committing a foul 90 feet from the hoop.
Absolutely.
Reba out front, guarded by Sepik. Harvey comes out to get it, has Preston on her now.
See, I think Preston should back off.
Yeah, Harvey's not going to shoot out there at all.
And even if she drives, it's going to be so slow that you're going to be able to catch up.
Mashieski turns the corner down the lane. Left hand, she changed hands going down the lane and banks it home with the left hand. 6'4" Red Lion.
Kid did a nice job that time. That's a basketball family. Nice move right there.
Saxton gets to Valencic on the low post. Reba's there, though. And they get it back out. Here's Preston at the free throw line. Her jumper a little short. Rebound by Funk. A lot of contact, no call, but Taylor gets it out of there.
Let them play right now.
Yeah, and Natalie Reba will push it for Red Lion into the front court. The 5'9" junior, left side of Mashieski, about 30 feet away from the hoop.
Right now they're playing, Red Lion's playing 4 against 4 with almost without Dimoff in the game with Saxon on.
Funk in the far corner now. She drives baseline, is cut off by Schellenberger. High post, they go to Harvey. Ball's on the floor, and we have a held ball. Quick whistle there, a little bit in the held ball, but it's going to stay with Red Lion. And Katie Fabry, the freshman, checks in for Schellenberger. Fabry can hit the 3. She has 18 on the season, so that's something the Lions need to be conscious of.
Yeah, she can shoot that 3, and she's not bashful about doing it.
And off to inbound under the Lion basket. 6'4", Red Lion leading, $1:32 left in the first quarter. Mashieski out front. Valencic checks her. Again, Saxton is absolutely face guarding Courtney Dimoff everywhere she goes.
And she's not worried about helping or anything else. Right. She just
Harvey
her
again at
baby.
the three-point line now to Funk. Taylor drives down the left side of the lane, lost it, tried to make a pass. Valencic with the steal. And nowhere to go in there. Here comes Fabry.
And that's because the help defense is in there for Central. They do it so well. They did it well in the first game, February 5th on them.
Saxton within the far side, high post. Valencic turns, looks it over to Fabry now. Fabry back to Valencic at the top of the key, right side of Sepik. Dim off on her, back to Fabry.
Fine Saxon.
And they got it to the left side. Now Valencic with Harvey out on her, gets a screen. All the way over to Sepik. She'll pop a jumper from 16, too strong off the back of the iron. Followed her shot, takes it in, blocked by Harvey.
They're going to get Dimoff, I believe, on a push.
Yeah, Harvey got the good block, but 20, Mashieski.
Okay.
So 2 shots coming for Sarah Sepik, who did one of those most basic things that they teach you in elementary, follow your shot.
Follow your shot. She went in and got the rebound.
Sarah will get 2 free throws, 45% on the year, though, and makes that one, of course. So it makes it 6-5, red line by a point. Second shot to come with 42 seconds left in the first quarter, and that's good as well.
Nothing but net.
Yep.
On both of them.
Ontario Edmonds missed a free throw last night after I said he was 90% on the year, and as soon as he missed it, I said Andy Bree is laughing very hard somewhere.
Well, I try to keep my mouth shut when they're at the line.
Dimoff out front, finally got to touch it, but has to give it up. And Funk drives down the left side against Fabry, takes it hard to the hoop, shot it too hard though, and Preston was there and gets the rebound off to Fabry.
See, that's the one thing Fabry can't do this Emma Saxon can do. If Emma Saxon would have got that rebound, that ball would have been down at the rim.
But they're holding for one anyway.
Right.
10 seconds left, but you're right on that right side.
Got to find Saxon. Come on.
Around the screen.
Where is
back
she?
to Fabry. They got Preston on the low post. They get it to her. It's 4 seconds left. Skip it across to Valencic. Open 15-footer. No good though. Harvey, well, it goes out of bounds. We've played one. Red Lions 6, Central 6. Second quarter comes your way next. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 WYK and GameTimePA.com.
Golfers appreciate great conditions, and that's what they say about Briarwood in York.
Sand traps are nice, the tees are nice. Tee boxes are nice. It's nice to have a nice flat place to hit from.
The sand traps are great. The greens have always been good. It's just well-conditioned course.
Yeah, the greens are really nice there.
They have nice tee boxes, and they have separate tee boxes for the ladies.
Well, they made the tee boxes wonderful.
At Briarwood, you have the choice of 2 outstanding 18-hole courses.
East course a little longer, a little harder, but still nice. The west course, a nice walk, a little shorter, and a little bit more target golf. It's very enjoyable.
At Briarwood, course maintenance is key.
I think they've been well maintained. I don't have any problems when I come here. They're really in great shape.
Reasonable rates, fantastic staff, and the love of the greatest game. That's Briarwood.
I like the pricing. That's why I keep coming back.
You can't beat the customer service here. Everybody's nice and they'll go out of their way to help you.
It's relaxing, it's fun, and it's a day outside.
Briarwood East and West, great golf every day, just west of York on Route 30. Golf today.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
All right, Andy, 6-6 after one. Both teams a little slow, maybe a little nerves getting out of the gate here.
A little nerves? Man, you could hear them joints like they were mechanical men. Wow.
All
we
right.
are tight. Let's get going, girls.
And get it into Fabry. But I'll tell you one thing. I got to be happy if you're Central. Emma Saxton is absolutely taking Courtney Dimoff out of this. She did not take a shot in the first quarter.
Ooh,
and
turnover.
Preston lost it on the low post. I think the idea good, but that was a bad angle for the entry pass.
Right, too far away. She was actually about 25 feet from her, and that's I'm not sure you call that an entry pass, but you're right. You know what?
Well, what can Red Line do to get Dimoff involved?
They got to screen. They got to screen Saxton. They got to get her going through double screens all the time. The other thing I would do is clear it out, go 4-round-1 right
now they
there,
get it to Dimoff
and
in the low
that's what
post
she
working
can
against
do.
Saxton. Takes it in, didn't make it, but drew the foul.
They can't stop that. That's what they do right there. Okay, that time they went 4-round-1. They set no screen. They did nothing. They just isolated her on a block with Saxton. Saxton picks up the foul, and Dimoff goes to the line, and this is automatic.
Yep, and she made it, almost came out, but it knew better.
Yeah.
And it's 7-6 Red Line, 7:37 in the second quarter. Taylor Funk sits down, and Kinsley Shepard checks in, the 5'8 junior forward.
So forget going through the lane, forget everything if you're Red Line right now, and put 25 on a low block.
And
wow.
Dimoff misses the second, Saxton with the rebound. So it is a 1-point Red Line lead. They push it into front court. Schellenberger back out there. Valencic left side. They left her wide open.
Take
that shot.
That too, yeah.
And they go now, Saxton on the baseline with Reba on her, backs into the free throw. The baseline turn around, and they're going to call Reba with the foul. And it looked like a lot of ball from here, but the official said she got some wrist as well. So Reba will pick up her first. And to the line is Emma Saxton, the 5'9" junior, 68% on the year, her first trip tonight.
Mirror image, both teams right now. You come down, my star gets it to the line to shoot 2, went 1 for 2. Central Star comes down, she's going to shoot 2. Misses the first, so this is automatic.
Yep. And so
like
it
I
is.
said.
And we are tied at 7. 40 seconds into the second quarter, Reba brings it up. Met by Sepik, now left side to Dimoff, gives it up to Mashieski at the free throw line, extended left side. Skip over to Dimoff around the screen, drives down the right side, pulls up from 15. Too strong off the back of the rim. Valencic with a third rebound of the game. Gets it off to Schellenberger. Lydia will push it. In the front court to Sepik. Down the right side, in the corner to Saxton. Ball was hit by Kinsley, out of bounds. We'll stay with Central.
Good hands right there because they had Saxton setting up to shoot that baseline 3.
And you said right there, Schellenberger pushed it. As soon as she got it,
did,
got
and
it,
that's what they were doing in the first difference of the first quarter. They were walking it down the floor.
Schellenberger at the free throw line, high post of Valencic, turns into a double team, gets it back to Schellenberger in the corner to Sepik. She'll pop a 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound, Reba.
Oh, I'll tell you what, they're going to call jump ball here.
Wow, and that's Schellenberger.
And that's
dangerous.
Honest to God, that's what she did in the game on February 5th, and she ended up with 4 fouls the same way. At that time, she was able to grab the ball.
Allison Wagner checks in for Central now, a 5'6" sophomore, and Sarah Sepik will get a break. Still tied at 7, 6:40 left in the second quarter. Reba into the front court. Left side to Mashieski. Now top of the key, Kinsley. And in the corner they go to Mashieski. Dribbles out around a Harvey screen, drives into the paint now, and Wagner hit it out of her hand, and they're calling a foul.
Look, you got, and this official saying, I'm not sure.
Wow, and they call it on Preston for the block, called by the outside official. Her first, they're going to give 2 shots to Amy Mashieski.
You know, I'm not sure I agree with that.
I'm not sure I agree with that one either, and especially in the first one's good by Mashieski, especially the fact that the guy who was 45 feet away made the call, and the other guy standing about 10 feet away said nothing.
Right, and he's got the better angle, the guy 10 feet away, because they're coming right at him.
Mashieski hits them both, so the 2 free throws go down. It's 9-7. Red line leading.
And here comes a 1-2-2 zone trap.
Saxton in the backcourt to Schellenberger. Get it across to Wagner. Wagner dribbles into the middle of the court, so they've handled it in the front court now. This is where you say you got to get the first couple passes, and they don't. And Mashieski held ball, and it's going to stay with Central. But
that's what I'm talking about. They brought the ball across the floor, so they break. Everybody figures, okay, we broke the press. No, 1-2 passes in, maybe even 3 passes in. Then you broke the press.
Schellenberger to inbound it in front of the red line bench. And there goes the back-cutting Saxton right down the lane. Oh, missed the left-handed shot.
Wow.
And the rebound comes out to Kinsley Shepard. That was a walk. And Reba gets it back. They didn't call it, so it's not a walk. Left side of Shepard's 3. Oh, a deep 3 by Kinsley Shepard. That was a college 3 at least.
Oh, it was at least college.
12-7, and there's a steal by Reba in the backcourt on the press.
If they make this, you're going to need a timeout here.
Shepard fires it down low to Harvey. Her shot, that was a Kelly Ryan layup, and it's taken down by Tierra Preston. And we have a timeout taken by Scott Wisner. 5:37 left in the first half. Red Line 12, Central 7. Listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Green Street, York, or get carry out. Call 843-1143.
Your downtown York service center is Guerreri Motors. They specialize in state safety and emissions inspections. They feature ASE certified technicians, and they have technicians for all your diagnostic work. Guerreri Motors, your downtown York service center. Call to make your appointment at 843-9760. Your downtown York service center, Guerreri Motors, 100 East Princess Street, York.
On the low block, they go to Saxton, and she spins toward the hoop and hit the bottom of the backboard, and out of there with it comes Cammie Harvey. Allison Wagner was hurt for Central at the end of that last play, so she's on the bench being tended to. Hopefully we'll be able to come back in. And Shepard, who just hit a 3 around a screen, but it's not there. Back cut by Reba, but the steal in there by Schellenberger. Gets it ahead to Saxton, running the floor a little bit too far. She's able to save it back to Preston. Drives in the paint, puts it up around Harvey, and doesn't get the bucket, but gets the foul on Cammie Harvey, the 6-footer. It's her first.
And that one time they broke the press and respected the possession. So Harvey's first foul, Preston going to the line.
Sierra 71% on the season. Hasn't scored yet tonight. Does have 2 rebounds. And the first one on the way, and that's no good. Right into the Red Lion student section there. It's 12-7 Lions, 4:54 left in the first half.
This is a point right now in the middle of this quarter where Central's going to have to start playing some basketball. You can't allow Red Lion to kind of just eke that lead up one notch at a time. You know what I mean?
Yep. Preston hits the second, so it's 12-8. And Reba brings it up court. Met at midcourt by Sepik. Goes to Mashieski on the right side. Near still by Schellenberger, but again,
getting that hand in there, hanging in there, yeah.
Aside Reba, now they get Dimoff again in the low post, takes it in. That was partially blocked by Saxon, and Valencic comes down with it.
See, I think if she turned baseline that time. I think if she turns around to the middle of the floor, she either gets fouled or it goes in.
Yeah. So Central back now down by 4, looking to cut that lead. Down front Sepik with Mashieski on her. Right side Preston way out beyond the arc. And now Saxon, left side Nixon Valencic. Dribbles it and gives it back to Schellenberger, to Saxon on the right side with Kinsley Shepard on her. They swing it to Valencic at the high post here. And there's Preston in the paint, works down the right side against Harvey. Oh, nice move, but didn't finish. Valencic with the follow, though. Yep, and she will shoot 2.
And that time, that's the shot that Preston scored 6 points on in the second quarter. That little baby hook coming to the middle of the lane. That's against number 14, Kinsley Shepard. That's the shot that she had a lot of success with, but that time she stayed with it.
Valencic to the line and hits it. Nixon 68% on the year. She has 5 rebounds in this game already.
This kid is very quietly, I mean, she was player of the game the last time because she had those 8 points in the fourth quarter that single-handedly kept Central in the lead in that game.
12-9, the Panthers have cut it to 3, and now that stays at 3, and long rebound traced down by Cammie Harvey. And here Red Lion pushes it now. Reba quickly in the front court, crosses over to the left hand, and gives it back out to Harvey. Now to Shepard. Thought about a 3, but that was a little too far out. Now Mashieski around a Dimoff screen into the paint. Takes it up with the left hand. Didn't go. And Valencic with her 6th rebound.
Oh, no.
Near steal, but
you cannot relax against them.
Central able to keep it. Now Preston on the baseline. And goes back to Sepik. There's the Valencic at the high post.
She can shoot that.
Yeah, she can. Now drives against Reba down the left side, puts it up, kind of a wild shot, and the rebound by Mashieski.
Looking to draw contact that time instead of concentrating and putting it off the backboard.
Amy pushes it into the front court. 3:20 left in the first half, 12-9 Red Lion. Top of the key, Mashieski left open for 3.
That was
off the
college
back of the iron,
too.
it was. And the long rebound to Schellenberg, but she lost it. And the ball's on the floor. Boy, they could have called a foul on her there. Mashieski drives to the hoop, puts it up, and draws the foul on Nixon Valencic. It'll be her first.
What's happening is they're not, for Central right now, that's a couple of rebounds that they did not secure. Okay, they did not secure, and that's what happens. They get the ball stolen. You've got to secure that rebound. Red Line, like he said, he wants to win those 50-50.
I was just going to say that. He said that in the pregame.
Yep,
and
he wants
exactly
to win, and that's what he's talking about.
Yep. Madison Williams in for Central, and Hannah Wolf in for Red Lion as Courtney Dimoff goes to the bench. Andy, she has 1 point in this game so far.
Well, you got to give her a break. I mean, she's been out there. 1 or 2 for Amy Mashieski.
Correct, and it's 13-9 Red Lion now. 3:08 left here in the first half.
Here comes that 1-2-2 trap.
Schellenberger with it in the backcourt now on the dribble.
That's not where you want to go with it.
But Sepik chases it down, so it works out in the end. They get it to Saxton. Saxton in the paint. The player fell down. Count the basket and a foul as Kinsley Shepard fell down.
That's ridiculous.
And there was some contact there, and they're going to call the foul on Shepard. That's her second, and Saxton gets the bucket and will get a free throw to boot.
Wow. Interesting.
Emma's first bucket of the night. She has 3 points.
Courtney Dimoff's break was short-lived.
Yes, and the second one is the free throw is good by Saxton, so the 3-point play makes it 13-12 Red Lion. Dimoff back in now for Kinsley Shepard.
That's the other thing you can't do when you're in a championship game. You can't let things bother you. Whatever happened, you fouled, you do whatever, it's over. You just move on. You can't do anything about what happened in the past.
Oh, and Reba tried to fire it on the low post to Mashieski, but threw it past her out of bounds, and Central gets it on the turnover.
That's all right. Right now, Central's not having a tough time breaking this zone trap. They got to get somebody cutting through the middle.
Backcourt, Madison Williams to Schellenberger, still in the backcourt, crosses over into the front
nice
court.
job there.
Yep. And then she threw it away in the front court, and Mashieski gets the turnover.
That's tough.
Yep.
She broke all the way up, but was not able to respect the possession.
In the front court comes Natalie Reba. Reba with Sepik on her, gives it up to Courtney Dimoff now, but back to Reba. Dimoff got it, but she was 35 feet from the hoop. And there's Reba down the left side, gives it to Mashieski in the corner. Almost banked it in, but it did not. We're going to have a held ball on a possession to Redline.
Okay.
Here comes Katie Fabry in now for Schellenberger. She gives them a little more offense, but she's going to have to face that press.
Yeah, she's going to have to. And the last time down the floor, though, again, it seems like Central's just relaxing a little bit once they break the half-court line, and that's where Redline's doing her damage with the press.
Yeah, they've gotten at least 3 turnovers across half court. They lob it deep to Reba, drives down the left side of the lane, puts it up a little bit short. No, offensive rebound by Cammie Harvey. She gets it out to Mashieski. Mashieski drives in the paint, pulls up from 12. No, but they're going to get Katie Fabry for hitting her on the arm.
And that's a freshman mistake right there. That's just going after the shot from the side. You're completely out of position. Completely out of position there.
Mashieski is 3 of 4 tonight at the line, now 3 of 5. So it remains 13-12, 2:04 before our halftime show tonight, brought to you by York Mitsubishi. Second one, good.
4-6 for this young lady.
14-12, Lions by 2. Here's the press. Fabry has it now. They get it up to Williams. She gets it across the timeline now. We're in the front court. In the paint she goes. In the corner to Sepik. She pops a 16-footer. Yep, it was. And good box out and rebound by Courtney Dimoff. Mashieski has it in the backcourt, working against Sepik. Sepik man-to-man press. And Mashieski gets it into the front court now. Goes back to Reba. Yeah, it was. Wolf about 40 feet out. Dimoff was cutting through. They tried to get it to her, but Reba picks up the loose ball. Her jumper won't go, and Preston chases down the rebound.
They've got numbers if they want it.
They get it ahead, they threw it away. Went right by Maddie Williams, just unable to corral that pass, and the turnover to the
I don't think Maddie Williams expected her to pass it to her. Just a little bit out in front of her.
Yep.
Again, you relax. They seem, Central just doesn't seem to be that zero focus you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That pinpoint focus.
Reba with it between the circles now. Dribbles the right hand into the paint. Runner from 8 feet. Banks it hard off glass. Too hard. Gets her own rebound, though. Takes it back up and draws the foul. So Natalie Reba working hard, and she'll get 2 free throws for her trouble. Fouls on Madison Williams first. And Reba, the 5'9 junior, to the line. First time tonight, 56% on the season.
Reba doing a nice job of handling the ball. You said that before the game. She does a nice job for them handling the ball.
Gets the first free throw, so that makes it 15-12.
And that time being very aggressive going to the basket.
And got the roll on the second. So Reba 2 of 2 that trip, and it is now 16-12, Lions by 4. 68 seconds left in the half. Saxton in the backcourt, dribbles around the press, now in the front court, down the paint all the way, runner from 6 feet, nope. And rebound by Hannah Wolf.
Wow. And that's that little extra room on the side. She was able to get around that girl on the outside.
Reba back, gives it back to Mashieski. She's in the paint, feeds it on the low post to Wolf. Missed the shot inside, though, and the rebound by Williams.
And Wolf that time needed that. That's just inexperience.
Yep.
She needed to square her shoulders to the glass.
Final minute of the half. Red Lion by 4 now, and Central has the basketball. High post to Preston. Turns faces. There's Saxton, and a beautiful cut down the baseline, and she hits the reverse layup.
I was just saying, they needed a good possession that time, and Emily Saxton just come from the baseline and then went reverse to the other side of the basket.
And a nice pass by Preston from up at the high post.
Yes, excellent pass.
16-14, 18 seconds left now. Lions looking to hold for one, I'm sure. Reba with it. They get it to Dimoff now. Dimoff back to Reba, 10 seconds left.
Everybody above foul line, except there's Courtney.
Dimoff with it now, but Saxton right on her. They skip back cut for Harvey. Harvey puts it up, was partially blocked by Fabry out of bounds. Red Line will get it with 1 second left under their hoop. So a chance to catch and shoot. And Dimoff will inbound. Slaps the ball to start the play. And fires it to Mashieski, but nothing there. And the first half will end with our score, Red Lions 16 and Central 14. York Mitsubishi halftime show comes your way next. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game no matter where you are with the free GameTime PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and of course, GameTimePA.com.
If you're looking for a feast, the Great American Saloon in Red Lion is a feast for both the palate and the eyes. You walk through the entrance into authentic Western decor, including a real late 1800s back bar and an ambiance that puts you smack dab in the Old West at the height of the frontiersman era. Their creative menu features fresh seafood, steaks, ribs, pasta dishes, and much more. Book your next reservation at the Great American Saloon for parties and those special celebrations. Open Monday through Friday, 4 to 11, and weekends for lunch starting at 11. The Great American Saloon on Dairyland Square in Red Lion, 246-9548.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Family, shall we give thanks? Yes, we shall.
We have the tasty 58
Variety.
Maple donuts.
Let's give thanks for the powdered jelly filled.
They'll open your eyes in the morning.
For the French cruller. For the vanilla icing.
Or tuck you in at night with a smile.
For the glazed donut. For the chocolate devil's food. For the old-fashioned.
No matter what time of the night or day.
For the apple-filled. For the rainbow sprinkles.
Factory, home, or office.
Oh, and thanks for the baker's dozen.
You'll hear people say.
Let's not forget the cream-filled.
Maple donuts taste you right.
And that always fresh Maple Donuts coffee.
Anytime, day or night, for appetite delight.
And as always, Charlie Donut, thank you for that Mojo chocolate peanut-covered donut I call heaven.
Maple donuts taste right.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those struggling with sleep apnea. Visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market. He'll evaluate your symptoms.
After one between Central and Red Lion, the Lions won the second period 10-8, so they lead it here at halftime 16-14. We'll take a break.
Get your team ready with plyometrics, and John will even come to your gym to get your team ready. Players and coaches, call John Kirchner at Unique Physique at 755-2639 for details.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4-SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Hello, this is Kevin Bankos, president of Ballyhoo Sports Academy at Heritage Hills Athletic Club. Ballyhoo is unlike any other program in the York area. We provide a total program to improve young athletes mentally as well as physically. At Ballyhoo, you're trained with the top coaches in the region and grow in your love for the sport. Our athletes compete at the highest levels in a variety of sports, from volleyball and basketball to lacrosse and softball. We are located in the 60,000 square foot Heritage Hills Athletic Club. This past year, 30 Ballyhoo athletes went on to play at the college level. You'll not only receive great coaching, but personal training and sports performance training as well. And as a Ballyhoo athlete, you are immediately enrolled in the Heritage Hills Passport to Perks program, offering discounts throughout the Heritage Hills Resort. Call 757-4833 or visit us online at ballyhoosportsacademy.com or everyonecanplayhh.com.
Excuse me, I've never shopped here before. Which way to the deli come?
Never shopped at Jerry's Great Value? I love this place. I'm practically Jerry's best friend. Selfie smile. Perfect. Thank you. Do I know you? Maybe you know my wonderful World of Jerry's Facebook page?
No, I'll find it out myself.
Here's a selfie of me and Jerry at the deli. That's me holding Jerry's out of this world chicken salad.
I don't see it, Jerry. You're alone.
Here's me trying to decide on one of Jerry's ready-to-go home-style prepared meals. See there? Lasagna, barbecue.
But no Jerry.
Well, Jerry's a busy guy. He smokes his own meat. In fact, here's one of me inside Jerry's smokehouse.
That's Jerry coming up behind you?
No, that's security. Turns out nobody's supposed to go inside Jerry's smokehouse.
He looks angry.
Those guys don't fool around.
Is that a selfie of you and Jerry at the checkout?
Yep, with my Jerry's Rewards card.
Oh, Jerry's Rewards. The points never expire, right? That's why I decided to shop Jerry's Great Value.
What are you, Jerry's best friend now?
Well, no.
Man, trying to help a guy find the deli and bam, he won't.
I should have found the customer service desk first.
Customer service? I got a selfie of me and Jerry at customer service.
Oh, boy.
Everybody's happy at Jerry's. That's right.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
16-14, Red Lion at the halftime, your Mitsubishi halftime show, girls championship, and our stats. Andy for Central.
All right, Nikki Valenchik, 2 field goals, 1 and 2 from the line. She has 5 points. Emma Saxton, all in the second quarter, 2 field goals, 2 or 3 from the line. She has 6. Sarah Sepik, 2 for 2 from the line in the first quarter. She has 2. And Tiara Preston off the bench, 1 for 2 for 1 point. They scored 6 in the first quarter, 8 in the second quarter. That will not get it done.
It will not. Valenchik does have 6 rebounds for them tonight for the Red Lion Lions.
All right, Courtney Dimoff, 1 of 2 from the foul line, does not have a field goal in the first half. Natalie Reba, 2 for 2 from the foul line. She has 2 points. Amy Majeski right now, she's the offensive powerhouse for both teams. She has 2 field goals and she's 4-6 from the line. All of those free throws coming in the second quarter. She has 8 points. Cammie Harvey, 1 field goal early. She has 2. And Kinsley Shepard bombed the 3. She has 3 points. They had 6 in the first quarter, and wow, they put 10 up in the second quarter.
All right, and Harvey leads him with 4 rebounds. That's about it for our stats at halftime. Take a break and back with our second half and our coach's pep talk from Unique Physique. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
Here's something everyone needs to think about. Who helps prepare your taxes? Is it the same person who gives you investment advice? It probably should be. It should be someone who knows how to get the best return on both. Someone like Jeff Zunick with Zunick Advisory Services.
Hi, I'm Jeff Zunick, a longtime York County resident with over 25 years in the financial services field. A lot of folks come to me for the first time simply because their taxes get a little too complicated. They've often been doing it themselves or turning to one of those brand name services. I start by helping with their taxes, of course, but then as we look at their savings, I'm able to help even more. After all, how you invest your savings directly impacts the amount of taxes you pay. And who doesn't want to save more while paying less? Maybe I can help you. Call me, Jeff Zunick, right here in York at 764-8992.
Zunick Advisory Services, because your tax advisor should also be your investment advisor. Call Jeff at 764-8992.
My name is Lou Laviton. We own a company called Sparkle Wash. We're a professional mobile pressure washing company, and I've been a customer of York Traditions for 5 years. We have fuel cards, we have a credit card, checking, we have small business loans, and the credit card deposit account, and it's real easy to keep everything together on the online system. Small business owners have to be realistic. There are bumps in the road, cash flow, purchasing of equipment, and what's been really interesting with York Traditions is you call them in good times, that's always great, you do your reviews, but what's best is when you call them when things are rough and you need help, because these guys also serve as good advisors for small business, and you're not judged, it's simply working together for a good solution, side by side. When things are tough is where a bank will shine. It really is about building the relationship, and this is what York Traditions does. Small business has to appreciate that.
Transition to traditions today. York Traditions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal opportunity lender.
And Maddie Williams drives down the paint for Central to get things started here in the second half. Misses it though, and Mashieski with the rebound. And here come the Lions. And a stop and pop by Reba in the paint. That won't go, but off of Schellenberger out of bounds. So it will stay with the Red Lion Lions.
Somebody has got to quit being so tentative and play some basketball, and that's what's happening with both these teams. I want to say relax, but that's not what I mean. They're just, everybody seems so tentative. They don't want to make a mistake. No, you got to go right at somebody.
Reba into Mashieski on the low post. Back to Reba. She dribbles it out. Now curls into the paint. Puts it up from 14 off the back of the iron. And the rebound was pulled in by Williams. Knocked out of bounds, but slapped away by Reba. So it's going to stay with Central.
I always used to say the way to beat Red Line is to go right at them because they're so aggressive. And that's what you have to do.
Saxton pushes it into the front court now, right down the lane. She goes. Harvey's there. Blocks the shot, but gets the foul.
Tammy Harvey, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. She went coast to coast. The little extra width on the floor gave her the ability to get around the outside of the first two, you know what I mean, in triangle, the 1-2-2 press, and she just went right to the hole.
Saxton 2 of 3 at the line tonight. Now, 2 of 4. Boy, they hit the rim 4 times, then bounced off.
If you'd have told me,
if
you'd have told me she would have been 2 for 4 at 50% in this game. Wow.
Saxton gets the second free throw now, spins it, bends the knees, puts it up, and that one got the roll. So she hits that one, and it's 16-15. The Panthers within 1.
And they're real tentative right now, Red Line.
Mashieski up, gives it to Harvey. Harvey 30 feet from the hoop. Dribbles it once, gives it to Kinsley Shepard here on the near side. Back up for Dimoff, catches it, pitches it right out to Mashieski in the corner, but her three will not go. Schellenberger able to tip it out and picked up by Valencic. She's doubled now, gets it to Saxton. Saxton with Mashieski on her. To the free throw line, over to Sepik, steps behind the three-point line, puts it up off the back of the rim, no. And
Saxton going high.
Went almost over the back for the rebound, but then Dimoff gets it, and we're going to have a foul on Central.
You're going to have it on Lydia Schellenberger.
Yep. Trying to get that rebound and pull it away. That's her second, so she needs to be smart now and not get that foul.
That one so much was not, I don't think her as Courtney drawn it. She was behind Courtney Dimoff, and Courtney leaned back and just leaned in.
Yeah. Red Lion by 1, 16-15, 6:34 left in the third quarter. Lions have it in the front court, going right to left in the second half. Dimoff gets it way out beyond the arc. Saxton really doing the job on shutting her down, keeping her from touching the ball in scoring position. Now they
had her right there. There she is.
And they
give her the ball.
Get it to Dimoff, and the low post spins into the lane. Saxton hits the deck. Dimoff hits the deck, but Funk hits the jumper on the baseline after the pass from Dimoff, and it's 18-15.
She just buried her.
Schlenchik quickly back, head fake, and got Harvey in the air and drew the foul and made the bucket.
Absolutely. You know what? Shot fake by Nikki Valencia gets Harvey up in the air, and it's the first time I've seen a girl all year long just wait for the kid to come down, and then she went up and finished.
Yeah, that was a good, smart play.
Wow.
5'9", Valencia getting the 6-foot Harvey in the air and completes the three-point play. That ties it at 18-6-08. Reba replaces Harvey now, and Andy, that was an aggressive play.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Central looks to want to be a little more aggressive now. They've been extremely tentative the whole game.
Reba brings it into the front court, tied at 18 now, 2 minutes into the second half, and Harvey on the bench with 3 fouls. And Dimoff has it, goes left side to Kinsley. She'll put up a 3.
I thought she made that one.
Yeah, had the first one. Ball's batted around, and Mashieski able to come down with it. She will dribble it out. Sepik right on her. They'll reset now, and Mashieski drives down the right side all the way into the paint, puts up a left-handed runner and banked it home.
Amy Mashieski leaves from 30 feet away from the basket and goes nothing but to the rim.
Central quickly in the front court. Valencic in the far corner now. Low post. Saxton turns, puts it up, draws the foul. She'll get 2 more free throws, and they're getting it to Saxton inside, and it's working.
All of a sudden, they become real aggressive, going to the basket. We know what they talked about. That was on Funk, right? Okay. We know what they talked about in the locker room. We got to get the ball to the rim.
And Saxton hits the first, so that gives Central the lead at 19-18. I'm not sure. Is that their first lead tonight? It might be. Not sure if they had a very early lead or not, but
well, I got 20 up there for Central or for Red Line.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is 20. My bad. And the second free throw is missed, so it is not their first lead because Red Line's still up by a point. In the front court comes Mashieski.
Mashieski will go baseline, no.
Yeah, gives it back up to Reba. That's right. Mashieski had that bank shot a moment ago. Funk on the right side, about 30 feet out now. Kinsley Shepard, top of the key, left side Mashieski. Back out to Shepard. Shepard dribbles it toward the center of the court. Goes to Dimoff. Dimoff beyond the college three-point line. Drives down the right side against Saxton. Help came from Sepik. Knocked it away from Dimoff. Goes out of bounds, but it's off of Central. And Red Line will keep it, and Courtney Dimoff looks kind of frustrated and kind of tired out there.
Well, right now, they put her on an island. They put Saxon on an island out there with nobody around her, and that's what gave Dimoff the ability to go to the basket.
Mashieski's jumping on the inbounds pass.
She's lighting it up right now.
Hot.
She is lighting it up.
Yep.
She's got 12 on the game and leads all scorers.
And it is 22-19 now. Red Lions lead is 3, 4:45 left in the third. Schellenberger in the front court to Williams. They glob it into Saxton, but Funk got a hand on it. Save it out to Valencic.
Oh,
she takes it to the hoop, and they draw the foul.
Right.
And I think it's going to be on Courtney Dimoff. And it is. That's her second. No, her first.
Nope. Yes, that's what I got. One.
And right now, Nikki Valencic and Emma Saxton are being very aggressive for Central, and they are getting the calls as they take it to the hoop.
And we know what they talked about in the locker room, and that's exactly that's the recipe, and it has been for years, of how to damage, not beat them because they haven't lost it, but damage Red Line because they're so aggressive. And I like that style of play, but it's hard for you to match the aggression.
Valencic hits them both, so it is 22-21, and Tiara Preston replaces Madison Williams for Central.
This is the same thing that Valencic did in the game on the February 5th, in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
She has 10 right now, along with 6 rebounds now. Out front, Mashieski, and Preston is out on her. Gets through the screen. Mashieski in the corner to Funk. Taylor drives. Stolen by Preston. She just took it away from her.
Oh,
and the sophomore palmed it.
What you got to do if you're Tiara Preston, when you make the steal like that, find a guard. And if you're a guard on Central, go running right at her, all 4 of them. Give me the ball. Not saying that she can't do that, but you don't want her handling the ball in this situation.
Yeah, that's too bad because it was an outstanding defensive play.
Absolutely.
Lions still up by 1, 4:15 left in the third. Reba dribbles out front. They get the Dimoff around a double
She'll
screen.
shoot that.
Yes, Saxton is there. It's about 30 feet out, but they'll go back to Reba. She's going to have to shoot it. It's the only time she gets to look at the bucket anymore. Now they get it to there. Saxton went for the steal. Dimoff gets it on the baseline to Funk and didn't get the roll. And Saxton crashes and goes high for the rebound. Saxton pushes it into the paint, spins to the hoop, and count the basket.
I'm telling you what, that is unbelievable. Stop, spin, and pop.
Coast to coast after she went high for the rebound. Emma Saxton is doing what she can to take charge of this basketball game.
Wow. Unbelievable. Fouls on 31. Taylor Funk picks up 2 real quick.
And Saxton completes the 3-point play. She has 11 now, and Central is taking the lead at 24-22.
Now you're going to hear that noise you hear in my headset. That's Don Dimoff. I just thought I would mention that to someone.
Reba dribbles on the left side. I'm sorry, Shepard to Reba. Reba now around screen, open at the free throw line. Her jumper rimmed out. Preston had it, batted it out. Valencic gets her 7th rebound.
Valencic playing real tough inside right now. Let's see if Central will try to do something going to the basket here.
Schellenberger with it out front against Reba, still on the dribble. Still in the dribble, top of the key. Now gives it over to Sepik here on the right side. Now to Saxton in the baseline. Emma looks it over, goes out front to Valencic, just beyond the free throw line, and passes on the shot.
See, this is where I think she should just take Mashieski.
Saxton backs in into the paint and crossover, and they're going to say Mashieski hit it, not the player, the ball, and went out of bounds, so we'll stay with Central.
But Saxton, again, looking to be aggressive, going to the hole, timeout Red Line.
Yep, 24-22 Central, 3:04 left in the third. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
Need an assist? Get great savings and great weekly specials at your favorite neighborhood stores. Use your gold card and stop in now at Nell's Fresh Food Markets in Spry, East Berlin, and Carlisle. Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, and Whiteford. And Wetzel's Market in Glen Rock. Your full court headquarters and always the freshest meats and produce.
True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and Loganville knows the value of setting the mood. Of course, we're talking about paint color. Feeling distinguished? Tans, blush, and earth tones make the mood. Or dramatic. Plums and indigos are your colors to look for. Hey, energetic? Try some oranges, yellows, and red. No matter what mood you're trying to create, our paint professionals can help you find just the right combinations and types of paint to use. Behind every project is a True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and Loganville.
And they get it into Saxton, and she banks it home. And Saxton puts them up by 4, 26-22. I didn't see who threw the inbound pass. It was Schellenberger. So
Right.
it's a 4-point lead for Central now as they become the aggressor in the third quarter.
And I think Don Dimoff in that timeout was telling Courtney, you got to get offensive here.
In the corner, and Shepard puts it up. It's blocked by
late
Preston.
call.
They're going to get a late call, foul. It's going to be 3 shots coming for Kinsley Shepard as Preston is called for the foul. And she followed through on the block. I don't get the call a lot of times, but as you mentioned, it was a delayed call.
Absolutely.
So Shepard 66% on the year, has a 3-pointer tonight, hits the first, so that makes it 26-23.
Right. There's a 4-point lead.
Right.
And it should be 1 when this is done.
And well, it will not be. She missed that one off the back of the iron now, and Paige Shingler checking in for red line for Taylor Funk. Paige, a 5'7" junior, makes her first appearance. So Shepard will get the third free throw now. She's 1 of 2 so far. And missed that one, so 1 of 3 for that trip, and the 8th rebound for
So I guess you could call it a good foul.
Yeah, I guess. That's 2 on Preston, though. And in the front court comes Central now. Schellenberger out front, low post to Valencic, who drives baseline and hits a reverse layup over her head with the left hand.
And Valencic went around Courtney Dimoff and used the basket to protect Dimoff from blocking that shot. Nice play.
That was a nice move. Low post now to Mashieski. She's fouled by Schellenberger, and that's 3.
See, yeah, I don't understand that. Lydia Schellenberger completely out of position that time. And what you got to do, when you're caught down there like that and they make the entry pass to the kid and you're on her back, then you got to defend it. You can't try to reach around and get it. That's what they got called the foul for.
Katie Fabry checks in for Schellenberger now, and Shepard has to go deep, gets it to Mashieski. 2:05 left in the third. Central by 5. They trailed by 2 at halftime, and Mashieski down the left side between 3 defenders and banks it home with the left hand. Mashieski is doing it for red line, and she gets him within 3.
That's 5 field goals for her tonight, along with 4 free throws. That's 14 points.
She is more than half of their offense. On the right side here is Sepik, drives baseline against Reba, takes it to the hoop. Reba blocked it, but Valencic saves it. And Nikki brings it out, and they'll reset now. Here's Preston.
You got to find Saxton.
Preston drives down the right side, and Shepard, a lot of contact to the right to the bucket, banked it home.
That time she said, no, I'm going to the hole, and nobody can stop it.
Shepard was right in front of her looking to pick up the charge, but no call, and it's 30-25. Central back up by 5.
Nice job that time by number 40, the sophomore.
Out front, Reba gives it to Mashieski. Now back to Shepard at the free throw line. Passed on the shot. Shingler into the baseline. Takes it up to the hoop. And they're going to call a foul. And that's on Preston. And I think that's going to be 4 on her.
No, they got 22 of Sepik.
All right, that's 2 on Sarah Sepik. Paige Shingler, the 5'7" junior, will shoot 2 free throws now. She is just 7 of 18 at the line on the season.
Well, these are big free throws for the sophomore or junior.
And she made it.
And she makes the first one.
So that makes it 30-26. The Central lead is 4 with 1:14 left here in the third. And made them both. So
there you go.
Belying her average at the line, and it is 30-27. And Katie Fabry will bring it up. The freshman gets it to Sarah Sepik.
It came out of a 1-4 high that time, Central.
Let's give it to Valencic on the left side at the free throw line, extended, and back out to Fabry. Under a minute in the third now. Trying to get it to Preston on the low base. Nope, a low post rather. Valencic top of the key. Right side to Saxton now with Shingler on her, and out to Fabry. Left side to Valencic at the free throw line, extended about 6 feet away from the key.
Oh, they had her cutting down a bit.
Now they try to throw it to Saxton, too late. The held ball is going to go to red line as Kinsley got the tie-up.
It was too late. They needed to get it to her right at the top, or excuse me, right as she planted her foot and made her cut. She was wide open.
So red line was down 5. They're now down 3 with the basketball as we approach the final half minute of the third quarter. So
one thing you cannot do is let number 25, Courtney Dimoff, get a clean look at a 3 right here.
It's a big swing. If Central could have scored down there and gone up 5 into the fourth. Now, if red line scores here, it's a tie game or a 1-pointer. Well, they're waiting for the final shot. Reba dribbling in near center court, not being challenged. Clock at 16.
He's going to bring everybody above the free throw line. He's going to run. You got to run Dimoff off a couple of screens somewhere. Let's see which side she wants to go to.
Shepard has it now. Mashieski on the right. Now Shepard here. She'll put up the 3 off the back of the rim. No, and Preston high for the rebound. And that's going to end the third quarter. We have played 3. Central 30, Red Lion 27. 8 minutes to the league championship. We'll have them for you next on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
When you need a haircut, where do you go? If you need a hair replacement, who's the expert? When barbers need a haircut, where do they go? The answer is Iacanos, of course, the most interesting barbers in York. Don't normally get a shave? Go to Iacanos, they'll take care of you. Need a facial? That's right, Iacanos is the place to get it done. Iacanos, the most interesting barbers in York. They do it all. For an appointment, call 854-8258. That's 854-8258.
Your downtown York service center is Guerreri Motors. They specialize in state safety and emissions inspections. They feature ASE certified technicians, and they have technicians for all your diagnostic work. Guerreri Motors, your downtown York service center. Call to make your appointment at 843-9760. Your downtown York service center, Guerreri Motors, 100 East Princess Street, York.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
And back at the Grumbacher Center at York College, Ron Room and Andy Bria here, ready to start the fourth quarter, and Central leading at 30-27 over Red Line. Andy, all right, what's the key down the stretch, buddy?
Well, I'll tell you what, Scott Wisner's telling his kids, dude, you gotta be that aggressive. Go into the basket with the basketball when you have the opportunity, and you need better spacing to be able to do that. Other side of the court, Don Dimoff has got to get Courtney loose. His players have got to get Courtney. She's got 1 point in this ball game. They are not going to win the championship with Courtney Dimoff scoring 1 point.
Central basketball, and Sepik in the
That's
corner.
long.
Her three is long, and a rebound by Shingler. Lost it, though, and Valencia comes out of there with it. And here's a jumper by Saxon. That won't go. And Harvey able to chase it down. They held ball with Saxon. It'll go to Red Line, but now Central will get the next one.
And again, they're being very aggressive, and that's what you need to do. Okay, Liddy Schellenberger back on the floor with 3 fouls. Yep. She's got to behave herself here in these first 3 minutes.
And Courtney Dimoff, I believe, has taken just one shot attempt tonight. Two.
Well,
at the
yeah,
most.
she's not got a good look at the basket.
Reba gives it to Dimoff, but right on her is Saxon. Has to give it back up to Mashieski now. Mashieski drives, gives it to Shingler. Now back to Dimoff. She gets a three. It's deep. It's off. Rebound Mashieski, though, and they'll get another try at it. Mashieski gives it in the corner to Dimoff. Saxon right.
She's got her on an island.
Drive.
She's got to go to the basket there.
Gives
One-on-one like that.
Left side Shingler now. Free throw line extended. Dimoff top of the key, beyond the top of the key. Right side Mashieski. Dimoff sets the screen on Valencic. She fights through, and there's a steal by Sepik, who came to help. This held ball will go back to Central.
And there is a great, what you cannot see, and we just saw, is great help defense. The girl coming with the basketball, the help defense steps right in her way, and just the ball came right to her. And that's how the ball got tied up.
Central basketball still up 3, a minute into the fourth quarter. Sepik in the front court, gives it to Preston at the high post.
See, right there, she should have squared up and taken Harvey right to the basket.
Valencic, top of the key, Sepik. Right side, Schellenberger. Lydia passes on the shot, gives it to Saxon. Saxon with Shingler on her, drives baseline, puts it up off glass, missed it, and Shingler with the rebound. Red Lion ball, they push it, they get it out to Dimoff on the right side. Preston is back, Dimoff takes it to the hoop. Preston's there, Preston hits the deck. Dimoff shot rimmed out, and Preston, they're going to call a foul on Preston.
They can't.
And they're giving him two shots. Oh, wait a minute. Sepik. Okay. Didn't even see her in the area. But, and Shingler's going to get 2 shots. I don't think she was shooting the ball. She had just gotten the...
I tell you what, that's a terrible call.
I have to agree with you.
That's a terrible call.
Shingler hits the first. I'm with you on that. I didn't
Sorry, but...
30-28 now. The Central lead cut to 2 with 6:27 left.
Some things that might have changed in my life, but that's not one of them. That was
And again, it was called by the official who is not closer to the play.
And he's not, and you can't even say that's in the act of shooting.
No, that shocked me more than the foul itself, that it was in the act of shooting. So Nikki Valencic's got some blood somewhere. She has to come out for a minute, and Allison Wagner, who was injured in the first half, comes back in. She looks like she's okay, although running a little stiffly perhaps, but no work on Valencic here, the trainer will. Second shot coming for Shingler. He can cut the lead to 1 and doesn't. Long rebound out to Wagner. So Allison makes the immediate contribution. And they get it off to Schellenberger.
She made both of those, right?
First one only.
Right.
Schellenberger to the right side. Switches the dribble to the left side now to Wagner. Low post, they go to Preston, takes it up, blocked from behind by Harvey. Schellenberger picks it up. It goes in and out. And Schellenberger fighting for the loose ball, goes down to get it. They said she hit the baseline. It's going to be Red Lion basketball.
Wow. Schellenberger really hustling that
Yes,
time.
she was. Scott Wisner not happy with that call.
No, I don't.
Something.
I think
Maybe
he's got
the one
a point.
before. Maybe
He's
it was
got
the
a
one
point.
before,
I mean,
yeah.
two kids jumped on her back. I mean,
Natalie Reaver brings it up for red line.
they're going to tee him up. They're going to tee him up. No? They're giving him a warning.
Okay. All right, Scott Wisner gets a warning from the official, and it will be Red Lion basketball. 5:55 left, Central by 2, 30-28. Your Adams Girls Basketball League Championship tonight from the Grumbacher Center, York College. Reba down the left side of the lane, blocked inside by Preston, and out of there with it comes Sepik, and Schellenberger was run into by Natalie Reba.
What? And that's going to be two on Reba.
Foul on Reba, yep.
Yep.
And that was a good block that time by Tierra
Is that a shooting
Preston.
foul? No? Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
It was the same guy that called it. Yeah, I just was wondering.
Yes.
I took a shot.
That's all right. Nikki
All right.
Valenchik back in for Central, so she's been taken care of. Allison Wagner got a key rebound while she was in there.
Man-to-man trap, full court press.
Give in to Schellenberger now. Schellenberger will dribble with the left hand, crosses over, still dribbling, and now gets it ahead to Sepik. So handled that now to Saxton. Saxton in the paint, pulls up from 12. Didn't get it too strong. Rebound by Natalie Reba. Ball's batted away, but that's a foul. That's going to be reaching, I think, on Sepik. She and Preston were both there, and there was a hack that time, and Sepik's fourth.
That could be problem.
Yeah.
That could be a problem.
So it's
just pick up 4 fouls. Sepik.
Still 30-28, 5:30 left in the game. Both teams with 6 fouls now, so we'll shoot the rest of the way. Except for player control. Reba in the front court. Schellenberger with her, goes to the right side around a screen by Harvey. Ball's lost. It's on the floor.
Schellenberger got her hands on the ball that
She did,
time.
and timeout taken by Don Dimoff, although Red Lion had come out of there with it. Timeout Red Lion, 30-28 Central leads, 5:17 left. You're listening to Championship Basketball on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
If you're buying new flooring, besides clicking around the internet, you need to see Wecker's Flooring Center. You'll be excited by Wecker's new design center for luxury vinyl tile. Wecker's expanded hardwood and laminate departments will impress you. And Wecker's variety of carpeting and warehouse truckload buys on remnants and rolls is unmatched. But the reason to choose Wecker's is trust. From the buying experience to the installation. That's why they're voted best 11 years running. Wecker's Flooring Center, Route 30, Hellam Exit.
If you're looking for a feast, the Great American Saloon in Red Lion is a feast for both the palate and the eyes. You walk through the entrance into authentic Western decor, including a real late 1800s back bar and an ambiance that puts you smack dab in the Old West at the height of the frontiersman era. Their creative menu features fresh seafood, steaks, ribs, pasta dishes, and much more. Book your next reservation at the Great American Saloon for parties and those special celebrations. Open Monday through Friday, 4 to 11, and weekends for lunch starting at 11. The Great American Saloon on Dearborn Square in Red Lion.
Jumper by Dimoff, and Red Lion gets the steal, and Wolf is called for the palm, so we've seen that call twice tonight. So Courtney Dimoff finally gets the bucket, a 15-foot baseline jumper for the Lions. It ties it at 30.
And she came off 2 screens to get that open look.
Get it into Valenchik against the press. Now back to Schellenberger, and Red Lion falls back. So 30 all, 5 minutes left in the game.
Here we go.
Yep. And Schellenberger dribbles to the right side. Now Dimoff is on her. Looking
right
for
now,
something to happen.
Paige Shingler is doing a nice job on Emma Saxon.
Schellenberger on the baseline, gets it.
No.
Oh, threw it away. Threw it to nobody. Picked up by Mashieski. Valenchik hustles back. Mashieski puts it out. No. Rebound by Preston, and Preston comes out of there with it. Pushes it. Gives it up to Saxton now. Saxton thought about challenging Harvey. Now does. On the baseline. Takes it up. Blocked from behind by Cammie Harvey. And they get it out to Hannah Wolf.
And Saxton at time was expecting to get hammered.
Yep.
And Harvey did a nice job on it.
Top of the key, here's a deep 3 by Dimoff. It is short, and the rebound by Preston, their 6th. And she gets it off to Schellenberger, still tied at 30, halfway through the 4th.
Both teams now have picked up the pace, starting to play ball. Timeout, Scott Wisner.
All right, we'll take it as well. 30 apiece, 3:59 left. Don't go away.
We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Be sure to eat your vegetables.
Grandmothers are always full of advice, aren't they? Some of it you expect.
Be sure to eat a good breakfast.
Some of it you don't.
Be sure to call a cab if you've had too much of Grandpa's Happy Juice.
Mostly Grandma offers wisdom you can count on.
Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford.
Bayshore and Kohler Ford in Manchester, where you can
Where you can be sure you're getting one heck of a good deal, like the one the fellas gave me on my new Ford F-150 pickup.
Want to be sure you're getting a great deal on a new Ford? Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford. Stop by right now and check them out. Ford Fusion, Escape, Taurus, Flex, and more, including America's #1 selling truck, the Ford F-150. More savings, more selection, and more generous trade-in values, all topped off with award-winning service.
Be sure at Bayshore and Kohler Ford.
Just about 3.5 miles from those other guys and 15 minutes from Etters, but a long way from all that hassle.
Bayshore and Kohler. Get more Be Sure at Bayshore.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Central basketball, tagging the basket to our right. Valencic on the give and go with Saxton to the low post, and she travels in the middle of a double team, and Nikki not happy at all with that.
She shouldn't be.
And that'll give it back to Redline. So tied at 30 apiece, 3:45 remaining. And Courtney Dimoff, who finally got a bucket a moment ago, brings it up, gives it to Taylor Funk, who checked back in. And Taylor on the dribble gives it to Cammie Harvey. Now left side of Mashieski.
She wants the ball.
Yep. Mashieski gets a screen, goes to the hoop. Saxton cut her off, but she draws the foul on Emma Saxton, who came to help. That's 2 on Saxton, and Mashieski will go to the line trying to give her team the lead.
Wow. And Amy is 4 of 6 on the line tonight. Was not at the line in the third quarter, but here we go.
And off the back, wow, badly missed that time.
That's just pumped right there.
Yeah, that's adrenaline. 30 apiece, 3:29 left. Girls league title on the line. These two teams split in the regular season. They'll head into the district playoffs as the 3 and 4 seeds. Next week, rimmed out, missed them both, and Preston with her 7th rebound. Get it off to Schellenberger, and the senior point guard will bring it up. She has 3 fouls, needs to be careful on defense in the front court. Gives it up to Valencic on the right side now to Allison Wagner, who's checked in, and Tiara Preston. Preston dribbles once and batted away and stolen by Dimoff.
And again, lazy pass gets you a turnover. You don't respect the possession.
And Courtney brings it into the front court now. The senior, the coach's daughter, heading to Millersville next year. Left side to Paige Shingler.
Amy.
I mean, Mashieski had Schellenberger on the low post there, but boy, they didn't give it to her. Now Mashieski has it on the left side, about 25 feet out. It's a screen from Dimoff, drives to the free throw line. Preston comes to help, and they go in the far corner to
again,
Shingler.
they had Amy.
Yeah.
Amy Mashieski on a low block, and if she's got Schellenberger there.
And now Mashieski left side gets a screen from Dimoff. In the paint, she drives, puts it up, and Preston draws the foul on Preston. That's 3 on Tiara Preston, and Mashieski at 5'6", able to get that shot up and draw the foul on the 5'11" Preston. So Mashieski back to the free throw line where she just missed 2 a moment ago.
And with the great defense that's been going on, she missed 3 now. With the great defense that's been going on, this is how you're going to win this championship. Being aggressive. Who's doing it? It's Amy Mashieski being aggressive. She's got Schellenberger on her back. On a low block, they should have gave it to her.
Sepik in for Preston for Central. Mashieski makes the second, so it's 31-30 red line now, 2:37 left, and the press is on.
Right, and now first thing you got to do is get it across the timeline.
Schellenberger crosses over in front of Funk, gets it into the front court, so that part's taken care of. Now to Wagner, left side to Valencic. Valencic at the arc there, now gives it up front to Sepik. Sepik to Saxton. Saxton in the far corner to Valencic, out front to Schellenberger, and now Wagner. Wagner, Valencic, top of the keys, has Harvey on her, dribbles down the left side now, and the help comes from Dimoff, but Valencic takes it to the bucket and hits the layup.
She split 2 defenders to get there, Harvey and Reba.
32-31, Central by a point, 2 minutes left. Shingler drives the free throw line out to Mashieski.
Amy Mashieski will put that up.
Thought about the 3, didn't pull the trigger. Valencic is on her, now she backs out and they'll restart to Funk. Funk left side of Dimoff. Skip pass all the way over to Mashieski behind the Harvey screen. Trying to go give and go with Harvey. They say it was kicked by Valencic, so we'll stay with red line. Line ball under their bucket, trailing by a point, 1:44 remaining, 32-31 Central. Dimoff to inbound. Courtney goes to Harvey at the high post. Cammie gives it off to Funk. Taylor looking it over.
Looking for...
And we have an offensive foul. It's a screen, a moving screen on Harvey.
Yeah, That's it. We're going to get 3-4.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That's 4 on the 6-foot senior Cammie Harvey, and she'll come out now, and Natalie Reba will check in. So Central will have the ball. There are 100 seconds left. They have a 1-point lead to the Panthers.
Now, can you handle the ball? If I'm Scott Wisner, I get the ball above beyond half court, and I call timeout.
Schellenberger to Sepik, back to Schellenberger, and crosses the timeline.
You don't have to shoot the basketball.
No. Schellenberger drives down the right side, knocked away, knocked out of her hands, out of bounds, but it'll stay with Central.
But I guess the right idea, going to the basket, he needs a timeout.
And he takes it. We'll stay here. Scott Wisner takes the timeout. So 1:27 left. I mean, Schellenberger spun in the lane, had the path to the bucket. So
she had the path to the bucket, but do you really, in this situation, do you really want a 5'3" point guard going to the hole, 133 up one in the championship, in the county championship? No. Pull the ball out. They're going to the foul line. Make Redline come get you. Make Saxton handle the ball. Find your good foul shooters. Find your good foul shooters. Who are they? You got 68%ers in Valencic. You got 68%er in Saxton. Madison Williams. I mean, even Tiara Preston, 71%.
Right, she's not out there right now.
She's not out there right now, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You got a minute 27. You got to protect the basketball and make them come to you.
And Schellenberger will inbound under the Central hoop. Looking for somebody to go to. Gets it into Valencic on the right side. Back to Schellenberger. Central by a single point.
Wow, that's a mismatch right there.
So Valencic on the right side, and now back to Sepik. And skip it over to Allison Wagner, and the Schellenberger in the far corner. Out to Valencic. Clock at 1:14. Right side, Sepik.
You got to find Emma Saxon. Somebody got to get the ball to Emma Saxon.
And get it to her now.
You.
And Shingler has her, drives baseline, double team, drove into the funk, double team, and held ball, and it's going to go to Redline.
Okay.
She spun into the double team that time, and Taylor Funk with a good help defense.
Now if you're Redline, he can do the same thing. He can hold for one and get his daughter going to the basket.
1 minute left.
Thing on the foul line.
Central by 1 point. Reba into the front court.
Timeout.
And Don Dimoff takes the timeout. We're good. We're all caught up on spots.
That's fine.
So each team with 2 timeouts remaining now. So Redline has the basketball in the front court. They trail by 1 point, 54.2 seconds left.
He has choices here. He can do a couple of things. Number one, he can say, okay, I'm looking for, I don't want nothing right now but a layup in the lane, okay? If I'm him, I'm going to post his daughter up. I'm going to go 4 around 1 and get the ball to Courtney Dimoff, who's got to be, if she's not the best player in the league, she's got to be in top 2. Put her on the, who's going to guard her? They don't have Preston on the floor.
Right, well, Saxon probably.
And Saxon's going to guard her, but still, she did that early in the game with Saxon on her back. They can't front her. If they front her, they're going right over her head. She's going to get it and drain it, okay? That's what I'm thinking. Either that or they're going to run her off of 2. They're going to run her off 2 or 3 screens and get her the ball, and she's very good for a young lady of doing that, what we say Eli Brooks is so good at. In rhythm, coming off the screen, catching, squaring up to the basket, and shooting. And she's so good at it because she stops moving laterally, which a lot of girls can't do. They don't get that elevation. Nothing against that, but that's just the way I see it. You know what I mean? Guys do that. They just come around. Eli Brooks is so good at it. Just elevates straight up. So let's see what happens.
All right, and Tiara Preston back on the floor for Central now, and Dimoff will inbound at 54 seconds left. And Central leading by 1. They get it to Natalie Reba. She is checked by Nikki Valencic.
They're in a 1-4 high.
And Dimoff on the right side. Now high post Mashieski. Mashieski down the right side and back out to Dimoff. Saxton right on her. And
she's clear.
Dimoff drives, pulls up, a banker from 8, and it's good. Courtney Dimoff banks it home from 8, and Redline leads by a point. Preston in the front court.
Preston's got to behave herself.
Attacks down the right side and puts it up. Rolled off all the way around and came out. Mashieski traveled. Got the rebound and traveled.
Don Dimoff wanted a timeout. Dimoff wanted a timeout. You got 27 seconds left. Scott Wisner needs a timeout.
And he takes it. So he has 1 left, and Redline has 2 left. Well, Preston,
here's the issue.
Yeah.
Here's the issue, I think, in that, and I fault the officials on that. You got 3 guys on the floor. Central's got the basketball, and in a situation like that where it's rolling around and you don't have an official looking at this coach, what do you got to do as a coach? Run down on the other side of the scores table? Dimoff would have had to come down here.
You're not supposed to.
Right. They would have come down and start. Maybe should have yelled to, Wisner, hey, call a timeout for him.
Well, But I thought that was a good drive by Preston. I mean, she took it to the hoop. The ball rolled all the way around
Right.
before
I mean,
it fell off.
it was an excellent drive by the young lady. Okay, now what he's got to do, let's see what Scott Wisner's been around a long time.
Right,
man.
he's
I mean,
down by a point, 27 seconds left.
So what does he do? He's got to get Emma going to the basket again. He needs more spacing in his offense now. He needs to spread them out. But they got to be careful they don't turn this ball over right here. They got to break right there.
Both
They got to break that. He didn't get his time. Dimoff didn't get his timeout.
Both teams are in the bonus, so if there's a foul, even if it's non-shooting, Central will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
We got the game we thought we were going to have. It's just a little little less scoring than we thought.
Schellenberger will inbound and under the Central hoop. Central students behind her stand and applaud. Gets the ball from the official. Looking it over, gets it in. Trying to go to Valencic. She was tripped.
They're going to call a foul.
Yeah, they are. I think Valencic was tripped going through the lane. That's who the pass was intended for. It's on Amy Mashieski. It's her second. And so Nikki Valencic to the line for a 1-and-1. She is 4 out of 4 tonight.
Well, this is what she did when they played him on February 5th.
Here's the front end. Here's it from the red line. Students at the other end. Front end is up. It is good. And
wow,
we are tied at 33.
That takes nerves of steel right there. Nerves of steel.
Second shot coming to give her team the lead with 26.5 seconds remaining. Left-handed shot is good. 2 of 2 at the line for Valencic. And Red Line has the ball. They still have 2 timeouts. 24 seconds left. Reba into the front court now. Mashieski, left side, beyond the arc. Timeout taken by Don Dimoff. 19.1 seconds left, and each team still has a timeout. So the scene is Central 34, Red Line 33, 19.1 ticks left. Red Line will inbound it in the front court.
You're going to have to, I think Don Dimoff has to run a play to get a basket. I don't think he can wait till the last shot here. Central is up. He's got to get this one early and then hope on the other side he can defend it. He's got to get the lead back. He's got to, let's see what he's going to do.
They brought Kinsley Shepard in. She has a 3 tonight.
She got Kinsley Shepard in. He's got to figure, if I'm Don Dimoff, I'm figuring, okay, they're going to take my superstar away, my daughter, they're going to take her away. So who do I want handling the ball? It's Amy Mashieski or it's Kinsley Shepard. Kinsley Shepard can bomb the 3, so she can take a 15, 12-footer. Amy Mashieski has the thing. She can do both, and she does it very well. She can shoot the outside shot, or she can go to the basket. So they're my 2 choices. They're going to take Courtney away. Unless he says, we run Courtney off as many screens as I can run in about 15 seconds.
Well, Red Line, or Spring Grove did it the other night. They took Eli Brooks out. They got it to Darren Gordon, option number 2. Grant Wireman cut to the bucket.
Interesting here. Mashieski's going to take the ball out of bounds, which is normally Courtney.
All right, Mashieski inbounded right in front of the Red Line bench. Goes to Natalie Reba, clock at 18. Reba looking it over. Checked by Allison Wagner. Reba to the right side. They're looking for Dimoff. Get it to her at the top of the key. Beyond the top of the key now, Mashieski, clock at 10.
You can't lose her.
Courtney off screens in the corner, though, but Saxton's with her. She dribbles. 4 seconds left. She forces the shot.
She forced
and they call a foul.
Oh, my God.
They call the foul. She's going to get 2 free throws with 2.5 seconds remaining.
They bailed her out.
Dimoff drove into the lane.
They bailed her out.
And the foul was on. Who was the foul on? Kiara Preston.
Yep, Kiara Preston.
Here's the first. It's good. That ties it at 34.
She's trained her whole life for this.
Yep. Now Central still has a timeout left. And Dimoff will get the second free throw. It is good. And Courtney Dimoff's 2 free throws with 2.5 seconds left gives Central give Red Line the 35-34 lead. Dimoff had it in the corner. Saxton was on her. Dimoff able to dribble it out, drive into the paint, into the double team with Preston, put it up from about 10 feet away, and Preston was called for the foul, and Courtney sinks them both.
Unbelievable. You know, what do you do? You know, Don Dimoff right now, does he full court press? I don't think so. I think you stand back. Any kind of foul. Now, the other thing is, these officials right now are all thinking to themselves, this official had just called that foul on Courtney Dimoff, and there was a lot of acting going on down there. He got involved in the outcome of this basketball game, okay? I mean, Courtney drives to the basket in between 3 people. She's completely out of control, okay? And just throws it at the rim. All right? There's 2.5 seconds. Now, they're going to press them.
Yeah.
You gotta come. They're going to press them. You got to come and get them. If you're Central, you got to try to draw the contact shooting the basketball.
Yep. 2.5 seconds left. Red Lion by 1, 35-34. Nikki Valenchik will inbound it. The 6-footer, Cammie Harvey, will be in her face. Gets the ball from the official, and they go deep. They're looking for Saxon in midcourt, but it's picked off by Dimoff, and that is it. That is it. Red Lion wins it 35-34. Central wanted to travel because Dimoff caught the ball and jumped up and down before the clock expired, but there was no call, and Red Lion wins the championship 35-34 over the Central York Panthers.
Wow. A
1-point contest, and the Lions with their first title since 2012. They put it in the books for the veteran coach, Don Dimoff. Our post-game show brought to you by Wecker's Carpet comes your way next on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
If you're buying new flooring, besides clicking around the internet, you need to see Wecker's Flooring Center. You'll be excited by Wecker's new design center for luxury vinyl tile. Wecker's expanded hardwood and laminate departments will impress you. And Wecker's variety of carpeting and warehouse truckload buys on remnants and rolls is unmatched. But the reason to choose Wecker's is trust. From the buying experience to the installation. That's why they're voted best 11 years running. Wecker's Flooring Center, Route 30, Hallam Exit.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or our new location, 1399 South Queen Street at 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
It's a family tradition. Their family name, Romberger's Appliance in South York, is York's hometown appliance store for more than 50 years. You get it all with top brand names like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, plus huge selections, great values, and unmatchable service after the sale. That's why Romberger's was voted the #1 family-owned appliance store by the people of York County. Associated with the largest buying group nationwide gives them the purchasing power to pass the savings on to you. Their professional sales staff will only sell you what you need, and at the best prices too. With the best service and delivery, low prices, and a huge selection, it's a family tradition. Remember, if Romberger sells it, Romberger services it. Always above the rest in customer service. 190 Reynolds Mill Road, Leader Heights area of York. So before you buy anywhere else, shop Romberger's Appliances first. Your one-stop, low-overhead store where big savings are to be had every time. Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for the way it's made.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Well, the silver medals are being handed out to the Central York Panthers now. AD Marty Trimmer, head coach Scott Wisner giving them out. It was a tough finish as Nikki Valenchik get 2 free throws with 26.5 seconds left to give Central the 34-33 lead, and Red Lion got it in the front court, called timeout. They got it to Courtney Dimoff in the far corner with Emma Saxton right on her. She was all night, and Dimoff able to drive into the paint, into a double team, put it up, and was fouled by Tiara Preston, and she hit both free throws, and then Central tried to go deep on the inbounds pass with 2.5 seconds left. It was picked off by Dimoff, and that's how it ended. So Red Lion with a 35-34 win, and Don Dimoff will get his, let's see, his 22nd year, so he would have had not the 91, but he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th league championship.
In 22 years, not bad.
No,
not bad at all. You know, you worked so hard the entire game. The issue became you needed to double Courtney right there. You needed to take her away. What they allowed her to do that they should have never done was they allowed her to go to the left hand. She went to the left hand from the right wing, facing the basket, and was able to get into the lane.
All right, so that is a tight one as we expected. 35-34, and the Red Lion Lions now about to get their gold medals. Coach Don Dimoff will hand them out, and let's listen for a moment.
Number 32, Jenna Schickler. Number 33, Paige Schickler. Number 31, Taylor Buck. Number 34, Cammie Harvey. And number 25, Courtney Dillon.
All right, and Courtney getting the hug from her dad, and that has to be a special moment, the first time that they've won the championship with Courtney as a member of this basketball team.
That's got to be real special, and I asked him about it before, and he said it. You heard him say it. It's, that's not, he wanted it for the team, but that moment right there got to be real special.
Absolutely. Well, this is the Weckers Carpet post-game show. The Red Lions will cut down the nets. We'll give you our final stats after this on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
What do John Yachty, Jacob Yachty, Austin Tillotz, and Kelly Ryan and Morgan Klunk have in common? Besides being basketball players, 2,000-point scorers, all-state athletes, or state champions, they all trained with John Kirchner at Unique Physique. John guarantees that he will increase your vertical jump, increase your strength, quickness, and get you ready for the upcoming season. Coaches, get your team ready with plyometrics, and John will even come to your gym to get your team ready. Players and coaches, call John Kirchner at Unique Physique at 755-2639 for details.
Honey, did you call Window World yet?
Nope.
Well, it's starting to snow.
It's not too late. Don't wait another day. Call Window World and have your windows installed before winter. Plus, for a limited time, when you buy 2 6000 series windows, you get one free. Window World, simply the best for less. Call today, 866-779-0041.
Or online at windowworldpa.com. PA contractor number 2358. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
And the Red Lady Lions begin the job of cutting down the net here at the Grumbacher Center as they claim the 2016 York Adams League Girls Basketball Championship as the familiar strains of We Are the Champions play in the background. And it was a hard-fought win over a very game Central York team, 35-34 the final. When you win it by a point, that is it. Don Dimoff and Courtney Dimoff being interviewed by all 4 of the local TV stations right now down there, so whatever your choice of local news is tonight, you can watch that. But well-deserved for the two of them. And Andy, I think we both were talking. That was a very, very close call at the end when Courtney drove into the paint. She took it up. Was there contact? Yes, I think there was. But the thing is, in that type of a situation, you usually don't see the call unless the foul is pretty obvious. And now we're up the top. We're farther away from where we sit. It was a borderline call. It was borderline to me.
See, I can get myself in a whole lot of trouble right here. How do I say this? She's completely out of control going to the center lane. I mean, that's what good basketball players do. Well, that's what you want her to do.
And that's the point where, like you said, she got the ball. Central allowed her to get the ball in a position where she could do that. She could make the drive and force them to come to her and make somebody make a call.
Absolutely. What Central did not do, which is what they should have done, and they're a great defensive team, except for that one moment. They got to bracket her. They can't give her that. They can't let her get out. When she caught the ball, the double team should have come and created 2 sides of a box on her. One going straight to the basket and the other coming back to the middle, because that's exactly what she did. She couldn't have gone baseline because too many people there. She came back to the middle, and then once she got around the screen, she just went barreling into everybody and threw it up over her head.
And got the call.
All right, that's what good players do.
That's right. Yep, that's absolutely right. Our post-game stats brought to you by York Dental Sleep.
Central. Nikki Valencic. She had a great line. Five field goals, 6 of 7 from the line. She had 16 points to lead Central. Emma Saxton, 4 field goals, 5 of 8, 13 points. Very interesting. Did not score in the fourth quarter, okay? You go down to Sarah Sepik, who she was 2 for 2 from the line in the first quarter, did not make a field goal tonight. Yeah. She had 2 points. Tiara Preston off the bench, 1 of 2 with 1 field goal. She had 3. They had 10 field goals, no threes, 14 and 19 from the line for 34.
All right, and Nikki Valencic also 9 rebounds tonight. Tiara Preston had 7 rebounds for Central. All right, the Lions, the champs of 2016.
All right, Courtney Dimoff, and they did a great job on her, except they let her get loose in the fourth quarter. She had 7 points. She was 3 of 4 from the line with 2 field goals. Both field goals came in the fourth quarter, and she was 2 of 2 from the line right at the end to win it for Redline. Natalie Reba, 2 for 2 from the line for 2 points. Amy Majewski, what a line she had. 5 field goals, 5 of 10 from the line, 15 points. Cammie Harmey had 1 field goal in the first quarter for 2. Taylor Funk, 1 field goal for 2. Kinsley Shepard, she had a field goal, that was a 3. She was 1 of 3 from the line, 4 points. And the only other scorer for Redline was Paige Shingler. She was 3 of 4 from the line for 3. They had 10 field goals. Only one of those was a 3. 14 of 23 from the foul line for 35 points.
All right, that 3-point basket was the difference tonight. So, and leading in the rebounding, Cammie Harvey had 5. Amy Majewski, Natalie Reba, each with 3. Those are your final stats from York Dental Sleep. We'll take a break and back with our Heritage Hills player of the game and watch Redline cut down the final nets after this.
Hello, this is Grant Becker, certified personal trainer and sports performance manager at Heritage Hills Athletic Club. Are you the best athlete you can be? Do you want to be at your physical peak? Heritage Hills Athletic Club can get you there. You will train with certified professionals that set up programs customized to help you meet your goals. From speed and agility to strength and conditioning, our goal is your success. You'll have the opportunity to train in our 60,000 square foot facility that features a large turf field, 2 full-size basketball courts, and the latest technology in strength and conditioning.
We could go to clubs closer to our home, but clubs closer to our home don't seem to offer the quality, the diversity that we get at Heritage Hills, and the attention.
Call today and ask about a 3-week free trial membership to the Studio, our private personal training facility. Call 757-4833 or visit us online at heritagehillsathletic.club.com or everyonecanplayhh.com.
My name is Lou Laviton. I own a company called Sparkle Wash. We're a professional mobile pressure washing company, and I've been a customer of York Traditions for 5 years. Prior to that, I had other banking relationships, but they weren't local. And when you really read the statistics and you look at what's going on in the marketplace, you need to have somebody that's a local level, that you're not talking to a call center in a foreign country or someplace else that doesn't know who you are, and this is what York Traditions does. The online banking has just been a wonderful tool for us because the convenience is there, but I visit all the branches. It's like Cheers. They all know your name. I think it's fascinating. I come in and I like the yellow Tootsie Rolls, or I like the Sweethearts, and they know to staple my receipt to the lower left-hand corner. And I don't understand how they do that, but this is what York Traditions does. They do it very well. It's kind of a cool place to be.
Transition to traditions today. York Traditions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back at the Grumbacher Center at York College, the final time here tonight is Don Dimhoff finishes cutting down the net for the Lions as they claim the 2016 York Adams League Girls Basketball Championship in a nail-biter, 35-34 over the Panthers of Central York. Congratulations to both of these teams as they head into districts next week at the 3 and 4 seeds respectively, Redline 3, Central 4 in Quad A. So they could do some damage there as well. And before we give our player of the game, just want to remind you, we'll go to Hershey Bears hockey when we're done, and tomorrow a full day of local sports for you starting at 9 o'clock with the coach Wayne McCullough. Central PA Game Day. Get your sports weekend started as always from 9 to 11. Daryl Henry will be right here in the Grumbacher Center, a big doubleheader for the York College men's and women's teams against Christopher Newport. He'll be on the air at 12:45, and we'll be back here tomorrow night, airtime of 7 o'clock for the boys championship, Spring Grove and Central, and Andy will be having the day off. I'll be joined by Troy Sowers, York High boys basketball coach, so make sure you're here with us for that one. Okay, Andrew, let's get our player of the game.
All right. It's one for me, and it's Amy Majewski. She scored in every quarter. First quarter, she had 2 field goals. Second quarter, she was 4-6 from the line. She had 8 points in that first half to lead all Redline scorers. She had 3 field goals in the third quarter. She was only 1 of 4 in the fourth quarter, but she handled the ball well for them. So that gives her 5 field goals, 5 of 10 from the line, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. Amy Majewski, the player of the game in the championship.
And she kept them in it, Andy, with 15 points. I mean, if she hadn't scored those 15 points early, they would have been down so far that Courtney Dimhoff would not have been able to make that play at the end to win.
And that's it.
All right, well, Andrew, your final thoughts on the girls' regular season here?
I mean, 1 or 2 teams, you got a 1-point game out of 1 and 2, so you can't ask for more than that. I hope both of these teams do well in districts. I think it's been a good year for the girls basketball programs in York. I look forward to districts.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Don't forget boys championship tomorrow. Hershey Bears hockey comes your way next. Now for Leif Johnson on the video for Game Time PA, Jim Harden is always pushing all the right buttons back at the station. My partner Andy Bria, I'm Ron Ruman. Thanks for listening, folks, and you have a good night.
Thank you for listening to WOYK's High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution. Hear the best of the York League all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Listen on the go with the WOYK mobile apps and online at WOYK1350.com. Make sure to tune in